button.
Woo!
Press the damn
did
button,
it.
beat.
Gentlemen, please rest your sphincters.
Well put.
Only because Gene Wilder asked me to.
Right?
Harvey Korman.
Oh, that sounded like Gene Wilder.
It did sound like Gene.
Harvey who?
Harvey Korman. He's Hedley Lamar.
Oh, duh.
He's also the guy on the Carol Burnett show.
Hello, Paul.
On the what?
On the Carol Burnett show.
Oh, that's right.
It was him and Tim Conway and Carol. Yeah.
Oh, hello, Paul.
Oh.
Hello, Paul.
There we go.
Hey, B.L. Robert Pena. Raider Lorian. We are having a great night. How about you, buddy?
Heck yeah, we are.
Arr.
Vibes are good.
Vibes
are big.
so good.
Hey, Jordan Ford, Kenny Blair. Pirate 1975.
What's up, Byron?
Hey, baby.
Oh, Chris.
I love it that Chris called us for nerds.
Nice. Hey, Gladiator Raider.
Just press the damn button, nerd.
All right, here we go. Episode number 340 of Raiders Fan Radio.
What's up, guys? It's Rich Incognito, Las Vegas Raiders. I'm here at Raiders Fan Radio. Let's go, Raiders. Woo!
Hey, it's Mike Garofalo, NFL Network here in the home office, and you are listening to the Raiders Fan Radio podcast, taking that lighter journey into the dark side with Murf, Swag Jeff, and Michelle. She's got great hair. It's a little pink, it's a little purple, whatever it is. I'll tell you what, if I could grow it, I would sign up for that color today. So listen to her and the entire crew as they give you all the information on the Raiders on the podcast that benefits the One Nation Foundation. It's a great cause. It's a great pod. Tune in, turn it up. Here it comes. All that Raiders info and takes coming at you right now.
Jackpot, baby. Raiders Fan Radio.
Oakland, LA, Oakland, Vegas, Raider Nation, wherever, forever. You got your old Uncle Mosh and Raiders Fan Radio from Murf's Man Cave, taking a lighter journey into the dark side. Sit back, put your feet up, pop a top, and enjoy the ride. Here we go!
Look left, look right, Bolitnikov, a leaping pass, touchdown!
We miss you, we love you, and we'll see you in the Hall of Fame.
When you have great coaches, then after you have great coaches, you get great players. You have a great organization, and you tell them one thing: just win, baby.
Way up the middle, intercepted Filipiano at the 50, time running down, Oakland football, and I think Oakland victory.
The Oakland Raiders have scored on the most zany, unbelievable, absolutely impossible dream of a play. Well, I love this team. I think this team can win. I think this team can win.
You are listening live to Raiders Fan Radio. Take it away, guys.
Why, thank you, Brett Musburger. What is up, Raider Nation? Your buddy Murf back once again for what we trust will be a fantastic episode of Raiders Fan Radio. Episode number 340 of Raiders Fan Radio, coming to you live from Murf's Fan Cave, otherwise known as the bonus room, where we like to hang out and talk about our favorite football team.
Well,
and
yeah.
guess what? We got football to talk about.
Hey, come on.
Let's
Hell
go.
yeah.
So occasionally around here we talk about the Raiders, and we're definitely going to talk about the Raiders tonight. And so thank you to all of those of you that have joined us live in the chat room. Everybody that is there at, what is it? YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. We got Fabricator Gil is in there. What's up, Gil? Pirate 1975 is in there. Big Mike Raider is in
Hey,
there.
Big Mike.
Ron is in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Robert Pena is in there. Savage One is in there. Raider 27 is in there. So many of our good friends have joined us live tonight. Jordan Ford, John Ogle. Appreciate you being a member, John Ogle. Hooligan Nation, also appreciate you being a member as well. Gladiator Raider is in there. Since it's been a while, glad to have you back. Chris is in there. What's up, Chris? There we go. He was writing something down. Raider Lorian is in there. B. Al is in there. So many of our good friends. Lee B. Title Raider also as members in there. We appreciate you. Appreciate Big Mike. Appreciate him being in there. Raider Kyle is in there. Raider Kyle, I'm so sorry. I meant to get your stuff off last week. I didn't, but I got it off today. Everybody that's been winning things, all the fabulous prizes that we give away here at Raiders Fan Radio. We send all that stuff out today. So Raider Kyle, you got your picture coming. You got your jersey coming. Mangus boys, I think it was Matthew won. I got to go into Matthew. Who am I missing? Trinidad's on the way. PSP Raiderettes is on the way. Everybody, you got your stuff on the way. And so thank you to all of those of you that have pitched in to win not only those fabulous prizes, but to give the money to the One Nation Foundation, where we support Raiders-related charities. So thank you to all of those of you, again, that are joining us live tonight.
Yeah.
You can join us live each and every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Pacific, or sometimes 4:08.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because somebody forgot to do some of the setup on the board today, which is guilty. But anyways, and so we're always here on the YouTubes, and thank you to those of you joining us live. If you're joining us on the audio podcast, we appreciate you as well. You can find us on any audio podcast service just by searching for Raiders Fan Radio. And also, as I mentioned, we have some folks in there that are members, and you can become a member of this channel. Member, and you can, it's $5 a month. You get some cool emojis. You get your name in green on there. It's pretty cool. And so we appreciate that. And I think we've raised like $1,000 for the foundation just on memberships alone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so I looked at the other day, YouTube does your breakout for what earns you money. And I was looking through it. And so those members, man, that $5 a month, that adds up a lot. When
that's incredible.
I think there's 40 some odd members now or something that it is. So thank you to all of those of you. We appreciate you very much. All right. Without further ado, let's talk about the Raiders. But before we do that, I've got to turn it over to my fabulous co-host, my best friends that join me here in the Fan Cave. Starting off with my best friend and yours. He adorns the Eastern Annex of the Murf's Fan Cave desk. He is Swag Jeff.
It's style and profile.
What up, Swaggo?
Hi.
Hi. That reminds me of the Joker.
Yeah.
In Dark Knight, when he's like, hi.
Hi. Man, it's a bittersweet thing because the summer of swag is starting to come to an end.
It's
winding down.
Dwindled down.
We're
It's about to come-
sunsetting, as the kids say.
Absolutely. We've only got maybe one or two left. Depending on how the night goes, we may only have one
Well,
because
right,
we may
yeah.
be giving away that last prize that we have, which we have
Hey,
to
big
give
guy,
a
the
big-
sun's getting low.
Absolutely, because we the donations have already come rolling in for sure. So our good buddy Dick Harder in there.
God, I'm so glad I almost was drinking.
That says the Chiefs are limp and the Dick is always in and out with the Raiders win.
Jeez, wow.
Absolutely he is. You know that because that's his name.
Well,
It's our good buddy
that's
Dick.
True. All right.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with a $20 donation.
Well, let's not go but
do I?
Did you hear what she said?
No, I didn't hear what she said.
She said
We love.
We love.
We
no,
love-
we. No. Speak for yourself.
Almost.
Speak for yourself.
I was speaking for the collective.
Oh, the proverbial we.
Of the yes.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
That doesn't include you.
Yeah,
too.
and then Fabricator Gil said, "How are we doing on our totals for the One Nation Foundation?"
Just one. There's only one that we love.
And it's not Dick Harder.
No, and it's yeah. I got mine on me right now.
You do?
Oh, see, Vibe.
Easy.
I was speaking for Vibe.
Put that shit away.
I should hope so.
God dang.
It's holstered there.
What's it doing out?
Swag left his. He didn't say it was out.
Put that
He
shit
said it
away,
was
bro.
out. Your glasses.
I got it right here. Look, I got it right here.
I got it right here.
No, we good.
Sorry if you're listening to the audio, you don't get to see.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh. And hey, and then Fabricator Gil says, "How are we doing on our totals for the One Nation Foundation with a $100 donation to the One Nation
thank you, Gil.
Foundation?" Absolutely. And we'll talk about what we're giving away here shortly. Big Mike Raider has also just become a member.
Oh, thank you, Big Mike.
Thank you, Big Mike.
Absolutely. So just hit that subscribe button, the member button, and you too can get your name in green.
Yeah.
So my gosh. So and Hooligan Nation just jumps in with another $20 donation.
Thank you, Hooligan.
Yep. Absolutely. Says don't be a Richard. There you go. So hey, so Murph, we don't do the show alone.
Heck no, we don't.
No, thank goodness for
Class
that.
it up around here.
We got to. This has started off a little rocky. So over here to my left, adorning the southern annex of the eastern annex of the Murph Fan Cave desk, please welcome in the lovely Michelle Swag.
Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
Save us from ourselves,
Well,
huh?
I think I might have taken
true.
us off
Yeah,
the
you
rails.
did. Yeah,
so
you did.
I don't know how much saving I can do. But Big Mike, if you'll send me your address, I'll get you one of the prints because he just became a member. And if you are a member and you haven't received a print, send me to Michelle at Raiders Fan Radio your address, and I'll get one of the lino cut prints. I don't have it with me to show you, but look how quickly that happened. So I can send you your own print of this, and it'll be numbered, and this is for members only.
That was it. There we go.
So,
And thank you for doing that for the members,
yeah,
Michelle.
There you go.
absolutely.
And speaking of Big Mike, he says 11-6 and a playoff berth. We're about to shut the mouths of the naysayers.
Nice, Big Mike.
With a $50 donation to the One Nation Foundation. Holy cow, we've started off hot. And without further ado, Murph, why don't we turn it to that camera over there
let's see.
so we can say what the good folks are playing for tonight. We are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey. Bo knows, and you could too. Oh, it's an absolute beaut, man. It's an absolute beaut. It's Bo, man. Come on, we had to kind of wrap up the summer of swag with one of the big ticket items, and that is this signed Bo Jackson jersey. So for every $10 that you donate, whether you donate $10, whether you donate $18 trillion, whatever that number is, you get poker chips for all of that. So can't thank you guys enough. Much respect. So Murph, what do we got?
Yeah, thank you so much for your donations and your generosity, Raider Nation. We're getting ready to see the Raider Dad folks out in Vegas in just a couple of weeks, or 3 weeks, I guess, maybe.
Yeah.
It's coming up quick, and we're going to be out there, and we got some cool news that not only are we supporting Raider Dad as usual, but also the Raiders will be out there, the Raiders themselves.
Yeah.
We'll have folks that are out there. I don't know if there's a front office people or community relations or whatever, but they're going to be representing at the tailgate, and we also are going to present a check to Josh Camonite and the Raider Dad folks. We're going to do it live, and it's going to be covered by 2 of the local stations down there.
Cool.
So if you're in Southern Nevada, look for us. I think it's Fox and ABC are the 2 channels that'll be covering our check presentation. And I'm assuming they're just going to be there filming footage and whatnot of all the kids and whatnot. But that's where your money's going. You know, your money's going to amazing Raiders-related charities like Raider Dad. Also, the month after, in September, we will be in Vegas once again to present a $10,000 check based on your generosity to the Bolitnikovs. And we're going to get that to Fred and Angela. And we can't get there without the Summer of Swag, and we can't get there without your generosity. So I always say that I could do an entire show on appreciation for how kind you all are and how supportive you are of not only this show, but the One Nation Foundation. And yeah, man, it's just your generosity never gets lost on us. And this is the end for us for the Summer of Swag for the most part. I mean, we'll give something away probably next week or whatever. But all the money that we raise tonight, this is the last night for us to get the money from Google to be able to donate. So this is it for us for the Bolitnikoff. So anything that you're able to contribute is much appreciated. And even if you can't, support the foundation monetarily, all we ask is that you hit a like, hit a subscribe, hit a thumbs up, tell a Raider friend about us. Just help us get the word out there about Raiders Fan Radio, because that generates advertising opportunities for us. And 100% of the money we get from the ads, same thing, goes straight to the foundation. So thank you, Raider Nation. We love you guys so very, very much. And we've got a ton of stuff to get to tonight. So let's go ahead and get into the show. Without further ado, as I turn it over to my best friend and yours, who always takes our episode number and ties it in to something significant I'll spit it out, within Raider Nation. And Swag Jeff, what do we have tonight?
Oh my gosh, we got a good one for sure. So for this episode 340, we're going back.
How far are you going back?
Way back.
And it goes a little something like this.
Hit it. So we're going back to November 24th, 2002. And we're going to be talking about the guy at the helm.
Rich
Gannon, who led the NFL's #1 offense into Arizona, taking on the Arizona Cardinals. Gannon went 20 of 45 for 3 touchdowns as the Raiders crushed the Cardinals by a score of 41-20, raising their record to 7-4 on the season. And on that day, Rich Gannon threw for 340 yards.
Nicely done, Swaggo.
Thank you, T-Hom.
Assistant
to the assistant.
Heck
for sure.
Yeah, man.
Much
Good
respect.
stuff there. All right, let's go ahead and get some contact info out, and then let's talk about the Raiders.
Okay.
Oh, do I have you turned up?
Oh,
there you go.
Hey, Raider Nation, you got your old Uncle Mosh here with an updated contact info. So sit up, zip up, shut up, and pay attention. You can call us at 909-345-3346. Or as Murf would say,
909-345-3346.
How about emailing me? You want to email me? Email me at show@RaidersFanRadio.com. Or what about reaching out to us on some of that social media stuff Swaggy likes? Try Facebook at Raiders Fan Radio Podcast. The at Twitter at Raiders Fan Radio. Insta something. Instagram at Raiders Fan Radio. The ticky-ticky-docky-dock. TikTok at Raiders Fan Radio. Or what about the Twitch? Some of you out there twitching. Anyway, Twitch at Raiders Fan Radio. Or if you don't like that, go to the YouTube. America, go to the YouTube. YouTube.com/Raiders Fan Radio. Oh my God, if that wasn't enough, go to your podcast provider and search Raiders Fan Radio. Holy crap, that was a lot.
Good.
Hey, come on. Right on.
All right, so here at the top of the show, we don't do props. We don't do shout-outs. There's nothing wrong with those things, but we're Italian. We like to give a little bit of respect.
Yeah, we do.
Murf, Swaggy J, Nation, it's time for a little respect. You know, respect ain't bought, it ain't sold, it ain't demanded, it ain't negotiated, it's earned. And without blowing smoke or giving shameless plugs, we want to say salute and much respect to the following folks.
Too bad Bill Callahan is a dumbass. Otherwise, we might have won the Super Bowl in 2002.
We could have had 4. Could have had 4, bro.
Could have had 4, bro. Without Rob Lytle, we'd have had 5.
Oh, yeah.
Jeez.
Damn it.
Wow.
Don't worry, we'll get our 4th and 5th.
Let's go.
Come on.
And hopefully, with a guy on the team that I'm getting ready to talk about. And I want to give respect. So here at the top of the show, we like to give respect. And I want to respect first and foremost a listener. And
yes.
I don't even want to minimize it by calling him a listener because he is a huge supporter of Raiders Fan Radio, a huge supporter of the One Nation Foundation, and as a huge supporter of the decor here in the fan cave. He has done some amazing artwork. He did an awesome portrait of Michelle. He did the one that's behind Swag Jeff. That's me and Uncle Mosh and Swaggo. He's done a Hunter Renfro that we made prints of. And we gave away the original. And he also made this. And I think we're going to go the same route. So I want to give respect to the Jesus of Alum Rock, who is not only a great supporter, friend, listener, as I mentioned, but an absolute brilliant artist. And look at this, Raider Nation. I'm going to go to my camera here. Let's see where I'm at. There we go. Look at this thing.
Oh my gosh.
It looks so good.
That is absolutely, it's a beaut, Clark. It's a beaut.
Beaut.
Oh my gosh.
It's incredible.
It is so cool. So for those, tell them on the audio podcast what we're looking at here.
Well, so we're looking at, and is it, what kind of
It
thing?
looks like oil pastels.
Oil
but
pastel.
I don't know. I'll have to confirm.
On a piece of wood, and it's Max Crosby. And so if you get in super tight and close, you see all the details and all the different colors that go into that. But then you back away a little bit, and it's just, I mean, it's an absolute beaut, man. It's absolutely gorgeous. It really is. I mean, just the detail that he put into that, the detail of like the curves of the nose and the eyes and stuff like that, and the
portraits are hard.
They're
really
an artist.
Nobody understands how hard it is to make someone's likeness. Like, and I mean, you see all the bad tattoos and stuff that people post, but so to get someone's, and the eyes specifically are so hard to do.
Yeah.
They Jesus nailed it. He really just knocked it out of the park. It's beautiful.
It's absolutely awesome. And so we thank you, Jesus of Alum Rock. So what we're gonna do, Raider Nation, we're gonna give this away. So I'll send this to you, the original one, and he's got it autographed in the year and all that stuff on there. And we love your art. I mean, we love his art, but I love any of the art pieces. Like we've had Ron make us things. We've had Jeff Murphy, QB Jeff, his wife Scarlett has made us some things. They're here in the fan cave. We had Trinidad drew a Calavera. Is that how you pronounce that? So a Calavera that he drew of Uncle Mosh. Like we love getting your art here. And so, you know, if you ever want to contribute, like we're not going to ever, you know, I'm not going to lobby for you to send us stuff, but if you ever want to share your art with us, you know, and you know, Michelle has made so many amazing pieces that are here in the fan cave. We would love to. The fan created stuff is my favorite things. Like they're the best. And so anyways, so we're going to auction this off, the original of this, and then we're going to make a print. So if anybody wants to get a print or whatever, maybe we can send you one or we'll probably give those away. Probably just give them away. But anyways, so thank you, Jesus of Alum Rock.
Absolutely. So for my respect, I want to respect a good friend of the show, a new friend of the show, because I just found him not too terribly long ago. It's Ball Pins, YKB Pins. So I've been in talks with them, and we have so we've actually partnered up. So we're going to be getting a One Nation Foundation pin.
Wow, let's
go.
So,
So
yeah,
cool.
so just a tease right here. So if you want to look,
there you go. For those in the audio podcast, Jeff's showing there what about the size of like a quarter?
something
I would
like
say.
that.
It's
Yeah,
about
just
that
your
size.
typical
Yeah.
pin size or whatever. So
And
we're
it's the
gonna
One
have,
Nation Foundation logo.
Yep. So we're gonna have probably about 75 of those things. So so definitely we will give you information on how to get your hands on one of those, because they're incredible. I mean, the detail on it is incredible. The quality. I bought a couple of those pins myself. They're incredible quality. So yeah. So definitely stay tuned for that, because you're not gonna want to miss it. Michelle, who do you have for respect?
Oh.
She didn't have one.
I didn't have a respect, but
she don't respect anybody.
I don't respect anybody. I respect my damn self. That's who I respect. No, but Mike Green in the chat asked where to donate, and I was about to put it into. I'll put it in the chat.
Okay, perfect.
The OneNationFoundation.net.
Perfect. Yes, because
I'm going to put it in there.
If you donate directly to the foundation via the website, then Google doesn't take a cut. It's 100% of that money we get. And listen, we love our super chats, and that's how we give the things away and all that. But if you ever want to donate directly to the website, even if you want to get in on the donations or for the jersey, you can just tell us how much you donated, and we'll register you.
Absolutely. And much respect to our good friend Fabricator Gill in there, who says, thank you guys. This show and my Raider fan keeps me somewhat sane. I'm hoping to go to as many games as possible this year, and I feel a Super Bowl coming. I might have to bounce out soon, so here you go with another 100.
Oh my gosh, Gill.
Yeah.
Gil came to play.
Yeah.
Thank you, Gil.
Yeah,
that is amazing. Much respect. And I can't wait to see Gil next month. We'll be with him.
My gosh, yeah.
Yeah, we'll see him at the Raider Dad tailgate, and also we're going to sit with them at the game. So it should be a lot of fun. And thank you, Gil, man. That is your friendship is most important to us, but we appreciate also your contributions and your support of the foundation and of Raiders Fan Radio. All right, Swag Jeff, let's go ahead and hit an audio break, and then I got an idea.
Oh, tell us.
Let's talk about the Raiders.
Oh, nice.
I didn't think of that.
Hey, Raider Nation, this is Max Crosby from the Oakland Raiders.
And goes down, and Max Crosby, who forced a fumble last week.
You're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Thank you so much. Just win, baby.
This is Dennis Haysbert, and you're listening to Raiders Fan Radio.
Love it.
Is that docile or not?
How cool is that?
That's amazing. I mean, we're in good hands.
Hey, I can write that off my taxes, Nick. I usually get about 50 grand for that.
All right, so let's talk about the Raiders. Man, we've got a lot to get to tonight. This is going to be so fun because obviously the Raiders have hit training camp. It is in full swing. We got football tomorrow.
Come on, man.
We got an NFL
yeah.
game tomorrow. I'll save it, but there's a lot of things that I can't wait to see. We know we're not going to see the Bears starting lineups or anything, but the new kickoff rules and things, and we're going to get into that pretty heavily here later on as we go through the show. But anyways, kick it off and start off the conversation about the Raiders. Last night when I was doing show prep, I freaking went down a rabbit hole. I went and I'll do that once in a while. I'll go down a black hole of the internet. And, I've watched a lot of Brock Bowers. I'm not a tape guy, but I've watched a lot of Brock Bowers highlights. Watched a lot of Georgia games here over the past few years. But man, watching, you really get into what he does and the level of talent that he has at so many different things. It's crazy what could potentially be unlocked here, not only for this offense, but him as a player.
Yeah.
And the thing is and that's not hyperbole. It's if his career follows the same trajectory that it did in college,
yeah,
we could be talking about one of the greatest offensive weapons the Raiders have ever had.
Ever.
And we've had Timmy Brown. You know what I'm saying? We've had Marcus Allen.
Yeah.
And this could be that level of player. It's bananas. And there's no one that doesn't think that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's and that's the thing that's crazy to me is that when you go around the league and you see people like Brian Baldinger, or in this case, we're going to listen to JT the Brick here in a minute, people that do this stuff professionally, and they're all enamored with this guy unanimously. There's not one media guy out there and some jackass that's like, oh, he's overrated or whatever.
Yeah.
That's unanimous, dude.
Yeah, 100%. Well, you saw him play at Georgia and just the electricity that he had. I mean, it was just unbelievable. He was the best college athlete in the entire class. I think pound for pound, by position, the best draft pick of this entire draft. So we got a steal at 13 for this guy. And, some folks wondered, well, is that going to translate? Is Brock Bowers' game going to translate to the NFL? Because obviously, you come to the NFL and it's all the best of the best. There's all the Brock Bowers.
Everyone's fast. Everyone's athletic.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, the word out of camp right now is he is unguardable in the red zone.
Oh, gosh.
Unguardable.
This is why I had to have a cigarette after watching all those highlights.
I'm telling you, that was the exact words that the media, the players, everyone, he is unguardable in the red zone. He had, I think they said 3 straight just over the shoulder fades in the corner of the end zone in practice the other day. This guy is legit. He's the real deal. And I'm telling you, between him and Michael Mayer, we might not even need Devonte and Jacoby Myers because we got 2 of the best to do it right there, lining up on the freaking line. I mean, this is unbelievable.
And Michelle, if we look at last year, and we're actually looking at the recent history of the Raiders, and I'm not going to call anybody particularly out because you can figure out who it is without doing the math. We struggled in the red zone. That was our story. It was an absolute struggle. And then when we looked at what Aiden O'Connell did last year, and he's actually got really good stats in the red zone. And now and so even if it's not Aiden O'Connell, even if it's Gardner Minshew, he's pretty good in the red zone too. And then you couple that with a guy that's, quote, unguardable, Michelle?
Yeah.
My gosh.
It's honestly, it's so exciting because Lamont and I actually were talking about Brock Bowers this morning because I was telling him about what you sent in the text. And we watched him at Georgia. So seeing what he was able to do and his motor and his drive and his determination and his mental work that he does, I can't see it not translating, and what you were saying about it's a unanimous, like he can't not just blow it out the water. Like it's not, he can't not do that. It's in him.
And the other thing too, is I thought about is that so when you have prospects that come into the league, like what are the where they're like, okay, this is a can't miss, right? Like what are the things? Yeah. What are the things that would cause them to be a miss? It's typically like mentals, right? It's lack of work ethic. It's they got in trouble. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? It's those types of things. There's none of that with this guy.
No.
There is no character concern. Mm-mm. There is no work ethic. There is no, he wasn't a system player or whatever. All the shit that you can detract a player coming into, none of that exists with this guy. It's like, we literally have the perfect college prospect coming into the NFL. Like, there's nothing to criticize. And it's like, and I was looking for shit. That was the other thing. I was looking for stuff, Jeff. I'm like, all right, what can we, instead of just going on here and just, just rhapsodizing about this guy for an hour, I'm like, let me find something because somebody's got something. Bro, I
can't find it.
I can't find anything.
Can't find it.
I don't know. So
absolutely. Well, and I can't remember who said it today in the presser today. I think maybe it was Amir Abdullah or something like that said that, because he's a quiet guy.
Yeah.
He doesn't, he's total opposite of Michael Mayer in that, because Michael Mayer is maybe the loudest guy besides Uncle Mosh that I've ever seen.
What surprised me.
Besides Uncle Mosh.
But so charismatic. I could listen to Michael Mayer talk all day long because he is passionate about literally everything that he says. But I think it was Amir Abdullah that said, he doesn't talk with his mouth much, but he talks with his pads. He's crack blocking Max Crosby in practice and stuff like that. Like, this dude is legit, bro.
That's awesome, man.
Oh, come on.
So good. All right, so let's check in with JT and hear what he has to say about Brock.
Amber, I can do a 2-hour radio show here every day for 11 days just on Brock Bowers. I am all in on this guy, and let me explain why. He's the greatest tight end in the history of college football, no debate. He won 2 Mackey Awards, 2 national championships. No one's ever done that. He's on the Mount Rushmore of Georgia players to ever play. That includes Richard Seymour, Herschel Walker, the legends. He's in the top 4 ever to play. It was a gift from the sports gods to get him. He dropped all the way to the Raiders at 13. I had him going anywhere from 7 to 10. The fact that the Raiders got him means that he has to be great and elite, a perennial Pro Bowler. As a rookie, he could be that type of guy.
Like Brock for Brock, the conqueror himself, Brock. You want to see your husband fight Brock? You got it! It's on! You can't beat Brock. Best friend in the world, Brock. I got 2 words for you. Brock!
So, Michelle, one of the things I had an encounter with someone on the Twitters, as you do at times.
Yes.
And because I put a post out there about just really having a moment watching Brock Bowers highlights, and the response that I got from this one guy was, but he doesn't have a quarterback, so his game's not going to translate to the NFL. My response to that was, well, Tim Brown made a Hall of Fame career with Rich Gannon, freaking Jeff Hostetler, Wade Wilson, Jay Schrader, like go down the list of the 19 quarterbacks or whatever. I don't even want to say some players, some people, Michelle, are undeniable.
Yeah.
And I think that's what we've got, is that I understand the questions around our quarterback play, and I understand that and it's a fair concern because we haven't truly seen, Aiden's had his moments, but we hadn't truly seen it play out yet. But when you have somebody with that level of talent, the coaches will figure out how to get the ball in his hands because you can hand it off to him, you can dump it off to him, you can throw him on slants, you can do all kinds of creative things. And then that's all you need to do with a guy like this is get the ball in his hands. So I think a comment like that, I want to call the guy out, but I think it's a little misguided, don't you think?
Yeah, well, I think it's just something that's easy to say. Oh, yeah, well, they don't have a quarterback because, yeah, there's an issue there, and we'll see who wins in the long, at preseason's over, we'll find out who it is. But I think and this is from my limited football brain, I feel like a tight end that is at the level that he's at and can do the things that he does, you don't need a star, incredible quarterback. You just need a adequate, maybe a little above average quarterback that can shovel you the ball, can get you the ball. My brain says that's all you need. And then he can do the rest. And that's it. So,
I agree. And I wouldn't say you're limited football. You're not. You're very well versed on the game.
And feels like that's all you need.
And that's all it really does. And it's like, and listen, again, I can understand why folks are concerned, and I'm frankly, we are too.
Yeah.
But but they're capable. It's not like we've got just straight chumps in the house that have never done anything positive in the league, Jeff. It's like, these guys we've seen Gardner Minshew almost take a team comparatively under-talented to what the Raiders are offensively. Saw him almost take the Indianapolis Colts to the playoffs. We've seen what Aiden O'Connell can do when properly prepared and provided tutelage and surrounded by, you know what I'm saying? Like, and we saw those flashes, and he's a rookie, and he's from 4th round. So it's like, there is so much potential for those two guys that to just automatically default to, well, Brock Bowers isn't going to work in the NFL. I'm sorry, man.
We heard from training camp that it is working. Yeah. It's working already, and it's working against a top 10 defense. Hello. Our Raiders right now are ranked like 9th in the NFL in defense. You know what I mean? So
and got better.
100%, and it's only getting better and better. We'll talk more about the defense here in just a little bit because our secondary is not as bad as what people think. And there's a lot of players on this team that folks are high on. So we're going to be talking a little bit more about that here in just a little bit. But also Brock Bowers played with whoever the Georgia's quarterback was last year.
Stetson Bennett.
There wasn't even Stetson Bennett. It was some other joker.
Because Stetson was on.
Yeah, I think Stetson Bennett was like maybe his rookie year or something like that.
All right,
but I mean, but it's not.
Oh, is it
I don't even remember.
Carson Beck?
Okay.
Yeah.
I do not remember.
Sure. I think it's Carson
Not
Beck.
NFL talent.
Yeah, I was going to say. Yeah.
And the guy's an elite player. So, I mean, but I'm saying at the end of the day, it's already working in training camp against the top 10 defense. They said he is unguardable.
Yeah.
Just etch that into your freaking dashboard as you're driving down the highway. Unguardable. I mean, come on, dude. This is going to work no matter where he's playing.
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it, man. Fires me up. Can't wait. So I tell you what, I'm going to hit a break right here because we've got, and I'll get it, Jeff, as you're counting up the poker chips. I'm going to hit a break. Let's catch up what's going on with the One Nation Foundation because the donations are coming in fast and furious, quicker than I can even highlight them as they've been coming in here. And I definitely want to make sure that we recognize everybody that's been donating. So let me go ahead and hit a break here. And then after that, we're going to get into it because we hadn't had a chance to get into it here in the fan cave. I talked a little bit about it with Mikey this last week, and what was the other show I was on? I think that was it. It was just with Mikey earlier this week on Monday. But anyways, all that said, we're going to talk about this stupid puppet frog thing.
Britannia rules the waves. This is Keith Smith, the Crusader Raider, calling you from London, England. And you're listening to Raider Fan Radio. And we're in Murf's Cave, and I tell you, this is the only place you need to be. Go Raiders!
Saddle up, little buckaroos. Raiders fans are for life. Other podcasts have taken the long dirt nap. But you've got Raiders Fan Radio. We're the wagon you've hitched your horses to. Mosey along with us as we ride out of the light and ride off into the dark side.
So we want to give much respect to those of you that have donated. Raider C-Dub, who just says Brock Bowers with a $20 donation to the One Nation Foundation. East Coast Raider says 17-0, baby. Raider Nation for life with a $20 donation as well. And then Pineapple says our quarterbacks are doing something right for the receivers to shine with a $20 donation as well. So can't thank you guys enough. I'll just tell you, Inside Baseball, we're at $600 already for the night.
Let's go.
Come on, let's keep this stuff going, man, because it's all going to the One Nation Foundation. And what you're playing for tonight is a fabulous prize over there to my left over there, Murf. Turn it over there because it's a signed Bo Jackson jersey. So every $10 donation, whether it be $10, whether it be $37 billion, whatever that number is, it's going to
which is like $8 Canadian.
It absolutely is. It absolutely is. But it's going to the One Nation Foundation, and we will do a drawing at the end of the night. So far, 12 people have donated. The leader in the clubhouse tonight, of course, is Fabricator Gil so far with a $200 donation. So definitely get those poker chips in because I'm telling you, the short stacks have won like pretty much every summer of swag. So it's yours for the taking this year, guys. So anyone could win this thing. I think last week the winner had a $30 donation or something like that. So definitely get in the mix, man, because you could definitely win no matter, even if there's some tall stacks over here. It could be yours.
And if we keep going the way we're going, when we get to $1,000, we're going to do a shot.
Yeah.
Heck yeah, we will. And we'll probably add in another jersey. We've got, what's the other one? We have Michael Mayer over there.
Michael Mayer over there.
Yeah, we have a signed Michael Mayer jersey over there. So we will add that in, and thank you to all of those of you that have donated so far tonight. All right, let's talk Muppets, and I'm not, man, I'm telling you, this is, it's funny because this story, so even though it feels like it happened a hot minute ago now, we hadn't talked about it here on the show yet, and so I've given my thoughts already on it with Mikey the other night. So I'll keep mine brief after we hear the audio clip I've got here. But I want to get the chat room's input, but I also want to hear from Michelle and Jeff on this, on what their feelings are on this whole freaking Kermit the Puppet thing. But let's start off with our buddy Jay in St. Louis, who addresses what's going on.
Raider Nation, Murf, Swaggo, Michelle, it's your boy Jay from St. Louis, and I just gotta say, man, like, the Chiefs can ring around the rosy play in a real game. The Chargers social media team said that a Hall of Fame wide receiver is garbage via Pop-Tarts. But where we draw the line is when a Raider fan rings a Kermit the Frog Patrick Mahomes, which is the most accurate thing I've ever seen. Get the over yourself. It's so stupid. Like, oh my God, the audacity. No, you. Violence, ill intent, pain, aggression. Let's talk our shit. Let's smoke our shit. If I were a Chiefs fan, I'd be more offended by Jack Jones literally staring down your golden boy while he had a pick six to end the Chiefs, the last team to beat him. If I were the Chargers, I'd be more pissed with a team calling timeout to beat a tie. This is all stupid. Like, you're soft as tissue paper. But the Raiders are the ones that cross the line. And that bitch Mahomes is like, it'll get addressed when it gets addressed. You bitch boy. We're not afraid of you.
Yeah.
Get the over yourself. I'm sorry. That shit just got me heated. Y'all have a great weekend. Jay in St. Louis out.
All right. There's Jay in St. Louis. Okay. So I'll keep my comments brief. I'll go to you first, Michelle, and your thoughts on this. So, and I'm not expecting everyone to agree with me here, like, chat room or otherwise. I'm just, I'll spit it out. Our opinions are never espoused because we think we're right. It's just what we're feeling in the moment. And so I liked it when I saw it because it told me that the Raiders aren't scared. Like, you know what I mean? Like, that we're not going to be afraid of the Chiefs because we shouldn't be. They're our division rival, and they are equals in the NFL. And until they do whatever they're going to do to if they were to outplay the Raiders, and then that would determine their, quote, superiority. But until that happens, We are their equals in the NFL, and they are our biggest rival. So the idea that the Raiders are not afraid of Patrick Mahomes or the Chiefs anymore, and I say anymore because I think there was a level of intimidation that the Raiders had by the Chiefs at different times throughout history. That's a fact. And so when you look at, I know it was a one-off video, and it was a rookie, someone who probably isn't steeped into the tradition and the history and the mystique of the Raiders.
It's Trey Taylor, right?
That was Trey Taylor, yeah. Well, when you look at said tradition in history, Al Davis said he wanted to be feared, not respected.
Yeah.
Al Davis built the entire Raider mystique on intimidation, Michelle. Like, he wanted the other opposing team to be scared from the time they pulled their buses into the parking lot. Yeah. He wanted them to think the team was cheating. He wanted them to think that the freaking fans were going to fight. He wanted them to think that like all the different things that built that Raiders mystique. So like Jay in St. Louis just said there, like, it's kind of like harkens back to that version of the Raiders. Now, you can't do that entirely in 2024. It's a different league now. But whatever we've been saying on this show, whatever version of that form of the Raiders you can impart to 2024, then fine. And so to get all riled up over a goddamn puppet, like, come on, media. Like, don't you have anything else to talk about besides a stupid freaking puppet? Like, you know what I mean? And also too, by the way, take it easy, fun police.
That's my point. Like, I thought football was a fucking game. Like, what? When did just having fun become this something that is, you can't do? You've poked the bear. Like, is this not a game where you're trying to get into the head of the other person? Like, I literally saw that. I giggled and moved the fuck. Oh, sorry.
That's okay.
I moved on. Like, it didn't. And then I kept seeing all this like stuff, and they're like, oh, now you've poked the bear. Oh, now you've upset. Good. Is that not the point to like, and then to find out that a fan brought it, and he was just, Trey Taylor was just playing, messing around with it. I don't know, maybe he said some things. I don't know. Who knows? Who cares what he said? It was silly, funny. Like, it's not like they were like, literal. It wasn't a literal, Yeah,
it wasn't like you went after his family or something or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, because the Raiders they're not the only ones that have made that joke. Like, other people have made. I mean, listen to him. He literally sounds like Kermit the Frog. Like, I mean, that was an easy one. It's wild to me that people can't have fun anymore. Like, it was funny. It was silly. It was ridiculous. Move on.
Yeah. Well, and the thing, Jeff, that got me too is that, and a lot of the response was like, oh man, like, don't. Oh no! Don't. We've triggered.
Oh no!
Oh, like he hasn't kicked our ass from effing day one. We've got 3 wins against them now. Derek had 2, and we got 1 now this last year.
Yeah.
So and so when you look at, like, here's what the league is when it comes to Patrick Mahomes. Since taking over the Chiefs as a starter, Patrick Mahomes has had 53 interceptions called back by penalty. Ugh. The next closest in that span is Josh Allen with how many? Want to guess? 7. 7 to 53. 53 interceptions have been called back for Patrick Mahomes. Okay? You think that's going to change because of a goddamn puppet? Patrick Mahomes, since 2001, there have been 125 drives in the NFL postseason where it was at least the fourth quarter. There was under a minute left to play, and the team on offense trailed by 7 points or fewer at the start. There are your standard clutch moments, or these are your standard clutch moments for a football team, the do or die drives that win and lose critical games. Out of those 125 drives, only 40% of them saw the team on offense pull off the magic trick and get the points they needed. Some quarterbacks were pretty good at it, such as Tom Brady, who went 5 for 11, which is 46%, Jeff. Or there's Drew Brees, who was 3 for 6. That's 50%. Only one quarterback is perfect.
Wow.
He's 7-7 in those situations. Guess who that is? You think he's going to play us any different? You think he's going to dial it up any different? You think the freaking Chiefs are going to take the Raiders in a different light now because of a goddamn puppet? No. They're going to keep beating our ass until we make them stop beating our ass, and we beat theirs, and we freaking stare them down, swaggering boisterously into the end zone, pillage just for fun, and then laugh when we've conquered and won. That's the goddamn Raiders. Save the soft ass shit for something else.
Please.
Absolutely, man. Well, we poked the bear. I'm quoting, poked the bear when we beat their ass on Christmas Day.
Yeah.
It's going to get handled when it gets handled. Say me that shit, Patrick Mahomes. You just play ball and do your thing, and we might beat your ass next time because, the season's special, man. I think it's really going to be special. I think we're going to surprise a lot of people, and I think we're going to beat the shit out of them a couple times this year. But I'm kind of with you, Michelle, on that idea of, okay, all the other teams they all talk shit. Jordan Ford said in his email right there, or his voicemail, what was it? The Charger people called Devonte Adams garbage, and the ring around the rosy shit, and all this.
Where was the outrage for that?
Right, exactly. But
that shit was on the field too. That's a whole nother story, man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? You're not talking about a puppet in a training camp practice. My gosh.
Honestly,
so I love it.
Just because you've lost to a certain something 100 times doesn't mean that the 101st time I'm still not going to talk shit to you. I'm never going to back down from what I think I can bring to the table. It's just wild that they think the Raiders should just be quiet because they haven't stayed up to the level that the Chiefs are. They still, every time they go out there, anticipate winning. No, now, you want to poke the bear, send Santa Claus to the Chiefs' home with an empty present and recall getting beat on Christmas. Now that's poking the bear. This was so minuscule. This is such a little thing.
I agree. And it's interesting.
And what did Trey Taylor say? Did he goes, I'm a bitch or whatever he said.
Which
whatever.
Also,
great.
People throw bitch around all the time.
I call Jeff a bitch all the time because he is one.
Bitch every day.
Yeah. But okay.
That's where you've crossed.
But serious.
Well, and you know what? And it's so and that is what, because you're right, that was poking the bear. And that's where Patrick Mahomes got way more sensitive about us beating them on Christmas. Yeah. And we know this is true because he's an executive producer on the Netflix show Receiver.
Yes.
And wasn't it incredible that they featured every game to close out the Raiders season except one?
Yeah.
Which one was that? No, they didn't get to see Devonte Adams and the Raiders beat the hell out of the Chiefs on Christmas Day because Pat didn't want to show it because it hurt his effing feelings.
What a little punk bitch.
That's what I'm saying. So that, like Michelle said, that's what's got them sensitive. Now, the sad thing is that he's one of the best quarterbacks we've ever seen in the league, and we got to shut him and the Chiefs continually up. We have to do that. We have to do that starting this year.
And it's only going to be us.
It
has to be us.
It has to be us. It has to be us. It has to happen. So any of these nonsensical things that happen outside of that, none of it matters until we make a difference on the field and do what we did to them on Christmas, and we do it in a position to where we can affect the postseason. That's where we start making noise. And you know what I mean? And that's when we will be the feared one. And you know what I mean? That's what will change.
That was such a blip. But the media did what they do.
They did what they
did. And they friggin' ran with it and made it
any opportunity they can to talk shit about the Raiders.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. That's
exactly what it is.
Yeah.
All right, Jeff, hit a break and then let's get to some more fundamentals.
Oh, nice.
It's late in the mood around here. Shit.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. We all mad and shit.
Yeah.
Patrick Claybon with NFL Network here. Hey folks, I know 3 things you might like. Do you like football? Do you like the Las Vegas Raiders? Do you like listening to things? I'll add a 4th. Do you like swag? Well, here we got Swag Jeff, Murf, Uncle Mosh. This is Raiders Fan Radio.
We got some big donations coming in, Jeff.
We've had some massive donations for sure. So Mark Barris in the chat dropped a $10. John Ogle dropped a 10.
Thank you, John. Mark.
Yep. Mojo says, Bo knows I want that jersey. Just win, baby. With a $20 donation. And then Fabricator Gil says, bullshit, Mojo, it's mine. With another $100 donation. God dang it, Gil.
Jeez.
So we are we're at $760 on the night.
Oh, you better get the 99 shots ready.
We got them ready.
Wait, what? We're where?
760.
Oh God. Okay. I'm just gonna prepare.
So
myself.
another 240 Raider Nation, and we're taking shots.
Oh man, we're doing shots, and then this thing will really go off the rails. And thank you, Raider Nation. We appreciate that money because listen, this is the last month.
That's right.
The last month that the money coming in through the show will count. The last day, yeah. This is it because the July money we'll get at the end of August, and then that's when we're writing the check to the Blitnikoff. So cannot thank you enough. Oh, and I think it was Gil earlier that asked like where we at on our totals. Well, there you know the totals for the night, and on the year we're gonna hit $10,000. So we're gonna present a check to the Blitnikoffs for $10,000. We did $10,000 in 22. We did 15,000 in 23, and then we're back to 10 this year. The only reason that we didn't go back up to at least 15 is that the event is in September, so it cut off like almost almost 3 months of our fundraising. So we're not going to make it back to that original goal, but we're going to hit the $10,000, which is solid. And so
it's solid.
Absolutely, and thank you, Raider Nation, for that. We love you guys so very, very much. All right. Let's talk about some new shit.
Let's do that.
Hello, boys and girls. Thanks for joining me here today as your old Uncle Mosh takes us to class. Most of you have heard the phrases Hail Mary, shotgun, or onside kick, but have you ever wondered what the heck a Mike, Sam, or Will linebacker did? Do the phrases run and shoot, bull rush, and nickel dime packages make you want to go pooch punt the Wildcat? Well, you're in luck. My little nephew Murf has a new flea flicker of a segment called Murf Fundamentals, where I ask him a question and he tries to teach this old dog some new tricks.
All right. So there's been a lot of talk, Michelle, about this new kickoff rule. And I watched today Tom McMahon, our special teams coordinator, watched his press conference, and I think it was Jeff was talking about Michael Mayer being able to just like listen to him talk. Tom McMahon is a hell of a freaking presser. Like, is not a lot of coach speak, like, but he's thorough, but he doesn't give away details that would, possibly like lead on to what they're going to do strategy wise or whatever. But this new kickoff rule, so I'm gonna read you some of the stuff on here about what we're actually going to do. But I think that bookmark this. I think that this is one of the reasons we drafted Dylan Lobby and we drafted MJ Devonshire. When you look at both of those guys, their stats in college in the return game are fantastic. So MJ Devonshire returned kicks, including one for a touchdown, which we haven't had since, I think, Jacoby Ford. And Dylan Lobby returns punts and has phenomenal punt stats, including touchdowns, which I don't think we've seen since Johnny Lee Higgins. Check me maybe in there, the chat room. But the way that this new NFL rule is going to work is that on kick returns, like I just mentioned that Lobby was a punt returner, he might be a kick returner in this because running backs have an advantage because the way that this thing is going to lay out, the blocking is going to set up like it would at the line of scrimmage. So guys that have a good read and can read holes and, you know what I mean, and follow zones and all that, they're going to have an advantage when it comes to this new kickoff rule. So here's what the kickoff rule is.
Okay.
The ball is kicked from the 35-yard line, which is the same. All kicking team players, other than the kicker, will line up with 1 foot on the receiving team's 40-yard line. The kicker cannot cross the 50-yard line until the ball touches the ground or a player in the landing zone or touches the ground or player in the landing zone or end zone. The 10 kicking team players cannot move until the ball hits the ground or the player in the landing zone or in the end zone. The receiving team lines up like this. The setup zone, a 5-yard area from the 35 to the 30, where the least 9 receiving team players must line up. So basically, it's telling you they're lining up 10 yards apart. They're right in front of each other. Okay. On the receiving team's end of the field. Okay. That's basically it. Here's the part where it gets really interesting. There's a landing zone. Okay. Landing zone is the area between the receiving team's goal line and its 20-yard line. Any kick that hits short of the landing zone is treated like a kickoff out of bounds and the ball spotted at the 40-yard line.
Jeez.
The play would be blown dead as soon as the kick lands short of the landing zone. Any kick that hits in the landing zone must be returned. Any kick that hits in the landing zone and goes into the end zone must be returned or downed by the receiving team. If it's downed, your touchback is at the 20-yard line. So if you down it in the end zone, it's 20-yard line. If the kick hits the end zone, stays in bounds, is returned or downed, then it's returned, then the team gets it, the touchback, at the 30-yard line. So if you're the kicking team and you kick the ball through the end zone, like we've seen for now quite a few years since they changed the rules, that the receiving team gets the ball at the 30. Oh. Okay? If you kick it and they down it, the receiving team downs it, they take the ball at the 20. It's a 10-yard advantage to do that. Any kick that goes out of the back of the end zone goes to the 30 as well. So there's a strategy now that guys like Tom McMahon have been charged with, that they have to reinvent what it is to the kicking game. And he was saying today in his press conference, he can't wait to the end of the second preseason game because he's going to see 120 some odd reps of this play finally go down. But the way that the Raiders have been ahead of the curve on so many things. Last week, if you guys remember, we talked about the Raiders being ahead of the curve on the productivity of the tight end and where the league's returning to the tight end. And here we drafted a guy like Brock Bowers. With these new rules in the NFL in the kick game, having a guy like Dylan Lobby, Jeff, that can read blockers and return on not only a punts, which we saw him do in college, we read about it, but nobody saw it because he was at New Hampshire, had him do in college, and then MJ Devonshire, who returned kicks. There's a lot of potential here for this, and this could end up being, I don't want to overblow it, but a very electrifying play that we hadn't seen in years, man.
Yeah. We
haven't seen the kicking game be like this in an awful long time.
Since the Devin Hester days.
Well, and it sounds like the Raiders are fully prepared for these changes, and I'm going to give you a bold prediction. I think we're going to finally pop one or two of these things this year. I think it's finally going to, I think it's finally going to freaking happen that we're going to have an advantage in the return games at both kicks and punts, Jeff.
Yeah, I think you talked about Dylan Lobby and MJ Devonshire, but I think it's Amir Abdullah I think this is going to be
That's another one. Yes.
I think this is going to be his roster spot because, we've heard out of camp that Dylan Lobby is absolutely impressing everybody. I mean, everyone is ranting and raving about this guy, that he's actually taken some first team reps and stuff like that. Dylan Lobby is absolutely electric, but I think a guy like Amir Abdullah, this is where he's going to shine. This is where he's going to have his roster spot. And so, and he was talking during his press conference today about, I'm really excited to do this because the days of, we don't like to talk about him, Dante Hall and stuff like that. You know what I mean? That would just burn people all day long. What they call him, the human joystick or whatever.
Exactly.
So, but we're going to get back to that. We're going to see guys, and especially we're going to see these running backs, these depth running backs that know, like you said, how to read these holes and stuff like that, because it's essentially, that's what it is. It's turning into a basic running play. You receive the ball and we're going to see a lot of knuckleballs. We're going to see, because basically it's a race to the ball, we're going to see Daniel Carlson, giving these knucklers over there and just trying to hit it as fast as they can into that spot,
like line drive kind of things, right?
Line drive kicks,
which used to be a disadvantage because you had to have your guys didn't have enough time to get down there.
Exactly.
Or now they're just going to
they're already down there,
kicking it right at them.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah.
Making it hard for the receiver to freaking put their hands on it.
Yeah, it's exciting because the kickoff a lot of times was when you would run to the bathroom.
Yeah,
Because they did the same thing. You kind of knew what was coming. You knew where it was headed. So it's exciting that we're going to get something different. My brain was really trying to follow all of what you were reading, and visually I was trying to see it. So I'm excited to see how it plays out, and I wonder how all the teams are preparing for this. Like who's gonna knock it out of the park?
Watch Green Bay be good at it with Bisaccia. Guys like that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. So I'm so curious to see this, and it's exciting that because it feels like it's going to be a little more exciting to watch a kickoff as opposed to what we've seen.
Which is just, like you said, it's been boring.
Yeah, it's so boring.
It's not even worth watching.
Exactly.
And these guys are just booting it out through the end zone. Now that becomes like, okay, that's a strategy now. That what if the opposing team has had success in the return game, and say you have a lead Well, what's worse, giving them the ball in the landing zone or punching that thing out through the back of the end zone? So now that becomes strategic for a guy like Daniel Carlson and Tom McMahon to actually figure that stuff out, Jeff, is that now it's like, okay, like where it was just go out there, DC, and just boot it through the back of the end zone, where now it's like, okay, we've got to consider what the options are here. You know what I'm saying? Like that's I love that. It's almost like a pitcher's duel kind of thing going on. You know?
It absolutely is. But I've heard that, and I think this is the rule, that if it lands in the drop zone and then goes out the back of the end zone, so that's why I'm saying these knuckleballs are going to come in clutch for guys like Daniel Carlson,
because it puts him at the 20.
It puts him at the 20. So that's where you're really going to pin him back.
Yeah.
So so we're going to see a lot of that. We're going to see a lot.
Try to like a top roll kind of thing to get it to go out.
100%, or kick it with just the very toe of your foot and just blast one right there. Just have it skip and go back, and you're going to see guys playing because where you kick it is going to be but it can't go. It can't go out of bounds
because then it's illegal procedure still. 100%. Yeah.
I wonder if it's exciting for like the kickers to have that. You know, like they're thinking.
I would imagine
that they have a little more something to give to the to the game.
And Daniel Carlson said in his presser today, he was like, we're trying to find ways to bend the rules already. So I mean that's Raiders shit, man. They're already because the ball has to be placed a certain way on the tee as well. It can't be. So they said that
it has to be vertical on the tee.
Vertical actually in the cup itself, as opposed to just flat and stuff like that, because a lot of, especially like during onside kicks and stuff like that.
They just lay it down.
Lay it down flat and stuff like that. So yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be cool, man. It's interesting. And so it's funny. Like, I know Madden is not real life. But
what?
But there, I know, right? Madden the game. But I know John Madden was a guy that actually existed. But but there are some things about Madden that will actually teach you some football shit. And like one of them that I always say is that, like, if you want to understand how the salary cap works, play Madden in franchise mode. You'll learn about dead money real quick. It's a great lesson for anybody that wants to understand how the economics of an NFL football team work. It's pretty much it. Now, there's a couple of things in there because there's only you can't do all the different versions of free agency and some of the intricacies of that, whatever. But in terms of like the general structure of a salary cap and how dead money works and how it rolls over and what happens when you cut guys and trade for people and all that kind of stuff, you can have a really good understanding about how the logistics of that work. This is another thing where I feel like I can't wait for the new Madden to come out because I'm excited to like see, like, because once I can like tangibly like do it and see the mechanics of it in a game, then watching it it'll make perfect sense because I'll be like, oh yeah, if you do that, then this happens. If you do that, then this happens, whatever. Because like you said, Michelle, like even when I was reading it, I felt like I was a deer in my own headlights. I'm like, wait a minute, this is a lot. But there is a great video out there. If you just Google new NFL kickoff rules, it's out there. And all that said, and the whole reason I wanted to bring it up was because I'm proud of the Raiders for being out front once again for something new. And I'm sure other teams are as well. I'm sure there are some that are not, but more the more progressive coaches that we know in special teams, like who's that guy, Jim Fossil, and then there's like, Rich Bisaccia, of course. So like there are some good ones out there. But we know Tom McMahon is, and he's talking about it. And he's talking about the things that, again, he's not giving you specifics, but look at that press conference, look up the video that's out there and the explanation from the NFL, man, because I think this is fascinating stuff. And I don't think it's being talked about. Not nearly enough. Like, this is going to be some damn game changers. And I think that the Raiders are going to be able to take advantage of it. All right, let's hit a break. Tired of hearing myself.
Nobody enjoyed a good Donnybrook more than 6-year linebacker.
Jeff, that was aggressive.
Sorry, I need to see what's in here.
Michelle's scoping the shots already.
We're 170 away.
170 away?
170 bucks away.
Raiders.
Well, just so we're clear, there's not a good one in this bucket.
Oh, no.
Oh, thank
We're
goodness.
at the bottom of the barrel.
Well, give us an update, Swag Jeff. And we know, because, hey, you want to know what Swag Jeff would sound like if his tongue got stung by a bee?
Tune in about 45 minutes.
Jeez. Where are we at, homie?
Absolutely, man. So we had, let's see, Fabricator Gil said, shots. Yo, Swag, I want a shirt like yours. So you can get this. Yeah. Oh, nice. So you can get this shirt on our TeePublic page. Just go to RaidersFanRadio.com/gear. Click the T-shirt link. It'll take you to our TeePublic page. And we actually got a brand new shirt that just came out yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, with a little three-card action. Another little Vegas-themed shirt, man. So
love some 3-card poker.
Oh, absolutely we do. So, but Fabricator Gil with a $50 donation. Yeah. Space Beast in there says, I call Lauby Juice Box because he says I like to bring juice. He donated $2, so much respect to Space Beast. So $8 more for you, Space Beast, and you get a poker chip as well. And then Mark Barris says Super Chat Challenge, $5 from all 71 watching.
Oh, come on, brother.
Yeah.
And then Funky Hairman in there.
Funky.
He needed my button. Maybe the shot. Maybe
Funky Hairman.
Yeah.
No.
That tongue is swelling.
No, it's
swelling as we sit here.
Getting a little thick, bro.
Have another neutral over there.
Yeah, no kidding. But he said, I got you, Mark, and I raised you 5. So Funky Hairman, yep, you get a poker chip as well. Much respect.
So we got Funky Hairman. We've got Fabricator Gil in there twice, 3 times, actually, as far as these recent donations. And so thank you, all of you.
Yep. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All that money is going to the One Nation Foundation, of course, and we appreciate you, Raider Nation. All right, Swag Jeff, let's see. We've got, hit one more break for me in there. You're the best. Oh, there we go. Hi.
Hi, this is AJ Cole from the Las Vegas Raiders, and you're listening to Murf, Mosh, and Swag Jeff on Raiders Fan Radio. Just win, baby.
I guess one other thing I forgot to mention is that now you can't do surprise onside kicks. That's another new one.
Yep, it is.
Which kind of makes sense with all these crazy kickoff rules. You know what I mean? You can't do an onside kick. You have to announce that you're going to do an onside kick. It has to be in the fourth quarter, and you have to be behind. And then, but I didn't read. I don't know if they're going to, chat room help me out, if they're going to go back to the conventional lineup. If they do that, if you declare an onside kick, because if you think about it, you can't do an onside kick with these new rules. So
Sure.
Anyway, so there's something in there to that. All right, we got to get moving here, man, because we got a lot of sound bites to get to. So let's check in first and foremost with the offense, and so much bandied about, as the kids say, is Luke Getsy, because we're wondering what Luke Getsy's going to do as the shot caller in this offense, and here he is talking about having Devonte Adams.
How similar is Devonte to when you had him back in Green Bay?
He's always had that competitiveness that's like unmatched, and that hasn't changed. I think the cool part about where he's at in his career now, the leadership part of it, like Devontae's never been a guy who has asked anything of somebody else that he wouldn't do himself in his leadership role. And now getting to see him hold other guys accountable to it while holding himself accountable, that part's been really fun to see. You know, that evolution of him kind of taking the reins and, being the older guy now has been fun to see.
Has he been more of kind of like an instrument for you in terms of teaching this offense because he's familiar with it?
Yeah, I mean, not just what we have done in our past, but things that he's experienced, since we've been apart too. The time when I was coaching in the receiver room, he taught me as much as anything, the feel of a route or the keys that I'm looking for when I'm running a route, when I have to make a decision, like all that stuff. Those are conversations, and then you create something that you can both lean on each other. And so you're put an installation together, and you're asking, you're explaining something, and then you're letting your players have an opportunity to say, what do you guys feel about it? Or how do you, what are your expectations of this? And he's someone who's experienced it, and we're always going to listen. And I think that's a big part of someone who's experienced as much as he has.
Michelle, one of the things that stood out to me in his comments, and we talked about this last week with Devonte, talking about how it was conversational with Gardner Minshew, like like off the field. Like, what did Luke Getsy say there? Is that it's conversational with Devonte Adams, and I think that he's gonna. We talked about all this Brock Powers shit tonight, but I think Devonte Adams is gonna freaking eat in this offense this year too.
Yeah, and having a history. He knows him. They both know each other, so there's a familiarity there already. So to go from there, and then for Devonte to be able to speak out to the other players that haven't had, their time with Getsy, like for him to be sort of a bridge to maybe explain things or whatever. I can't imagine it not making everyone better, having him being able to do that, and his sort of stamp of approval on Getsy too, because that's the question. He's a huge question about where we're headed. But even, things that I've heard is that there is a lot of creativity in his, style, and I think that was a question. So I'm curious to see what we get to see, but it's good to know that he has that already relationship with Devonte Adams.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I obviously, like you said, the big question mark this year is Getsy.
Mm-hmm.
What are we going to expect?
You think it's the biggest? Is it the biggest question mark?
I think it might be. I think it might be
Yeah.
the biggest question mark. What are we going to expect from this guy? Because where he came from in Chicago, it wasn't very good. But I'm screaming, he didn't have a quarterback that could run that scheme very well. He had a quarterback in Justin Fields that didn't study the playbook. A very Jamarcus Russell like. That
not
just,
as bad, but
maybe not as bad. But
No one's that bad.
But
it was pretty
but
bad.
Reported as the same type of stuff.
100%. Not studying the playbook, coming to practice and not wanting to do whatever, and stuff like that. So I think it's going to be a lot better. And when you have the stamp of approval from a guy like Devonte Adams, from a guy Michael Mayer rants and raves about this offense. He thinks this is going to be absolutely electric. He's super excited. He's super fired up. And the offense had a really, really good day at training camp today. We've heard coming out of training camp that the defense was kind of running the show for the last few days.
Yeah.
And the offense has come back and kind of popped him in the mouth today and really done some good stuff. So, I'm excited about it. I mean, that may be, the unpopular opinion, because I know a lot of people are really worried about Luke Getsy.
Yeah.
But I'm excited about it, man. I think it's going to be good.
I'm with you, man. Like, of course, I'm always optimistic until there's a reason not to be. You know what I mean? But I look forward to see if this. It's so funny because always our conversation. You think about the history of this show, and we always said, man, if we just had a top 15, even a top 20 defense, man, we could really win some games. And now here we are with a top 10 defense going, man, if this offense could just be a freaking top 10. But that's really all it needs to be, is that, and I think that, and I'm with you all, that it is the biggest question mark, because without this working, we toast. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how good the defense is. While that will get you to a certain point, it's not going to win you, a championship, certainly, and certainly not even deep into the postseason in the modern day NFL.
Right.
Once upon a time, that would win you a championship. Go ask the Chicago Bears, right? So, once upon a time that worked, but that's not the case now. You have to have high levels of output on your offense, and I really do. I think if we're a 15, we're middle of the pack. If we see Brock Bowers in contention for, offensive rookie of the year, Devonte has a 1,000-yard season, Zamir has a 1,000-yard season. That's all we really need. High completion percentage, don't turn it over, convert on third downs, score in the red zone.
Score in the red
zone.
zone.
Just those efficient things. I think there we go. If the offense is efficient and converts when it's most important, because that was the other thing I used to say too always about our offense, is that it may have big numbers. A certain player may have big numbers, but when did those numbers occur, and when did the bad numbers occur? Time and place. When did you throw the interception? You could throw four touchdowns and one interception, but if the one interception you threw was in the red zone with a chance to take the lead with a minute left on the clock, well, then guess what? That's a shit performance. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So context matters. And so if the Raiders do the things that they need to do when they need to do it, the old saying goes, great players aren't always great, but they're great when they have to be. That's what we need. If we have
100%.
if we have Devonte Adams, Michael Mayer, and Brock Bowers kicking ass in the red zone, that's all we freaking need, man. Convert when you gotta convert. When it's 3rd and 6 and you're down 6 to the Chiefs and you're on your own 20 or whatever, convert that shit. Keep the chains moving. Those are the things that are just huge. And I think that this offense could be efficient enough when we got the players to do it.
No, you're exactly right, man. I think that's really the big thing. We can be 20th in offense, but if we're scoring in the red zone, That's crucial. And now we've got,
who gives a shit about yards?
Absolutely.
What's Al Davis's famous saying, Jeff?
Yeah, he doesn't want first downs. He wants touchdowns.
Come on.
You know what I mean?
The end.
So, yeah, the end. And so, yeah, but the red zone is crucial. And now we've got our ace in the hole. We've got Brock Bowers that's going to make that happen a lot.
Let's go.
You know
Let's go.
Yeah.
Well, and so let's keep it on Devonte Adams. And like he had to say, this is great. He's like, yeah, no one's talking about us. No one's talking about the offense.
Nobody's really talking about the offense. What should people expect?
That's okay. Look, I hope everybody, when I go out there and golf, I hope everybody, that's why I tell people, what's your handicap? I just tell them, I give them a modest answer, and then I like to under promise and over deliver. Yeah. So that's really where we are right now. And, they can doubt us all day. I tell the players and young guys, some of the young bucks, like these two young bucks right here, I tell them the same thing. I say, don't ever, if somebody come and tell you that they feel like you're the best, take it with a grain of salt. If they tell you that they think you're the worst, take that with a grain of salt, because at the end of the day, neither of those have any bearing on what you do on the field. So just because you don't think that we're going to be who, we may think we're going to be, that doesn't matter. And if we think we're going to be the greatest, that don't mean nothing either. You still got to put the work in and go out there and put together a good product and put some good stuff on film at the end of the day.
I don't know what we know Antonio Pierce has unlocked a lot of players.
Yeah.
Don't you feel like this offseason we've got, I don't want to say a different version of Devonte Adams. I will say this, though, publicly, Michelle, we've got a different version of Devonte. I love this guy. Like, we always knew he was a leader, but we didn't know why he was a leader.
Yeah.
Now we get to hear it.
Yeah, well, because I think he has a respect for the leadership that is different than, I think he questioned the previous leadership. So it's hard to go out there and every time you're asked a question about your coach or your whatever, you have to make some shit up to get everybody else, pumped up. But now he really sounds like he believes in the goal and he believes in what they've created to get them moving where they're moving. And I love his basically like, don't listen to the outside noise. Worry about what we're doing here. That's kind of the message he's sending to his fellow players. Like, don't worry about what everybody else is saying. What are we doing? What are we building in here?
Come on.
And then we'll take this and we'll put it out on the field. And I think those are great, like, subliminal messages that he's sending to his teammates.
Yeah, 100%. Well, and I think it's a great reflection of his coach.
Yeah, exactly.
When you have a leader like Antonio Pierce.
Mojo just said in the chat, quality leadership creates more leaders. AP is the man for the job.
Yeah,
AP is the man for the job. So, and Antonio Pierce has kind of that don't give a F mentality. I'm going to tell you how it is. I'm going to tell you what's going on, and we're going to do it the Raider freaking way. And that's what Devonte Adams is showing right there, too. So, I mean, 100%. He's going to reflect his coach and all that stuff. So, yeah, so I love this version of Devonte. And it's a version that we haven't seen because since he's been here, he had Josh McDumbass at the helm. And, but so now he's unapologetically speaking truth.
I love it, man. And I feel like you and I talked a little bit about it, and I'm gonna lead into this comments here from Thayer Munford. Jeff and I were talking about before you got here, Michelle, about how when we watched the culture change of the Raiders in real time last year, we had the good fortune of seeing Antonio Pierce speak publicly, other than his press conference. The first time he spoke publicly was as the head coach of the Raiders was at the Blitnikoff Foundation. Then we went to the game and we saw what the fan reaction was like. We were even at the tailgate. Yeah. There was a different energy going on before it ever started. And then we went fast forward and we got to see it all the way at the very end. We got to see Antonio Pierce's Raiders beat the shit out of the Broncos. The crowd's chanting AP at the end of the game, including us. I think we started that too, by the way.
We absolutely did.
We
Are you kidding me?
I'm not even being silly. I'm pretty sure we started the AP chants. So anyways, we saw this thing unfold in real time.
Yeah.
So then Jeff and I were talking about, like, we talk a lot about this culture, and the culture and the change, and Antonio Pierce is the man, and why. But in the off season, you don't really see it like you do now. So it's like we've had this gap in there, but now we're starting to see it again. So before I go to your comments, I'm going to play these from Thayer Munford, because I think this is revealing on what. We can say Antonio Pierce has changed culture, but what does that mean?
Okay.
What has he done? Like, what are the tangible things that he's done? One of the big things here in this offseason is getting everybody the hell out of Vegas and holing up in freaking Costa Mesa, California, and listen to Munford's comments on everybody being together.
How have you personally benefited from being able to spend 24/7 with your teammates?
Personally, just getting to know them a little bit more, and actually like know some of their like backgrounds and how they grew up. You know, just asking them stuff that I wouldn't ask someone if we was back in Vegas. You know, because after basically practice is over, we disperse. We don't really talk to each other at all. I get to talk about certain stuff with like John Jenkins and AB from the other people on the D line. I know people on the offensive line, but just to get to know the other side of the ball it makes a whole lot of difference.
Having the opportunity to know them to that extent, does that kind of make you a stronger football team and even more?
1,000%. It's unmatched.
Yeah, you're building a camaraderie and you're establishing chemistry before you even on the field, of course, but off the field, because you're getting an opportunity to understand why somebody does what they do, or the reasonings behind why they do this, and whether that's something they're doing on the field or something they're doing in their personal, character building. Who knows what they talk about? It's got to be deeper than anything that we do, and that's why they've pulled back and went somewhere so they could do that. So establishing that camaraderie and that chemistry right this soon before the season, it's like I don't think that can be matched. I don't think that it's not regarded at the level it should be regarded. It's so important.
Yeah, I think, and I think, to use Antonio Pierce's words, he said he brought the guys to Costa Mesa because he wanted to build a brotherhood.
Yeah.
It's more than just being a team. It's being friends. It's being brothers, all that stuff. It just further builds the culture that he is building here with the Raiders.
Come on, Jeff.
I think that's absolutely incredible. And to hear these guys talk about during pressers and stuff like that, he goes, we've got guys that are talking to people that they wouldn't normally talk to, because
we just heard from
practice,
Thayer Munford, and even at the podium.
Oh, yeah.
Even exposure for the fan. We never heard Thayer Munford on the freaking at the podium.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding me? We never heard Malcolm Kuntz, who we've got, Bob Spillane, all these guys. We never heard from these guys.
Those guys. You don't hear from those
let
guys.
alone interacting with each other.
Interacting with each other, man. And I think that's so crucial, man. I can't remember. Maybe it was like Marcus Epps or Trayvon Merrick or something. He was like, yeah, I don't ever talk to the running backs, but I was hanging out with Dylan Lowry. I'm like, bro, how cool is that, man? This is going to be such a tight-knit group. Maybe the tightest since the 70s and 80s. Yeah. I'm telling you, man.
I was going to say, because that's the kind of shit that happened in Santa Rosa.
Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
With all the stories that we hear from Phil and
playing air hockey and stuff like that
and
together
I think
and stuff like that.
Establishing those relationships now is going to come in clutch later in the season when maybe things are getting tough, or maybe it's not going the way they expected it to go, or it's a little harder to get to where they're going. Those relationships are going to be so needed down further when it gets kind of gritty.
And those are the things that's what we talk about. Those are the things that lead to success based on a healthy culture, because you want to have your guys back. You want to do it for the person that's playing next to you, or the person that, you know what I'm saying? Or even on the other side of the ball, because that's your boy, that's your guy. You've developed, you know what I mean? You don't want to let them down in any kind of way. So it drives an additional level of motivation. And that's what good leadership does. And that's what people that are just all about X's and O's, or, high level analysis, that's the stuff that they don't take into account. It's a big damn deal. And we heard it more from it wasn't just Thayer Munford. There's a lot of guys that went to the podium and were like, no, it's different now. This is different. We're all connecting. We're all building these relationships. It's absolutely incredible. I want to play one more from Thayer Munford. This is funny. This cracked me up. If I didn't have thick skin, it would have hurt my feelings. Okay, well, check this out. Check this out.
For the Richie Incognito spoke to you guys yesterday. What did you get from what he said?
It's just him being a very, very, very old guy. Of course,
wait, there's
watching his film and see how nasty he said. It's just him being a very, very, very old guy. Of course, just watching his film and see how nasty he played on the offensive line. And, what we're going to do as offensive line is try and be on that level, too. So we will be talked about in a positive way, not like a negative way, because, we don't get enough credit. we do the hard job, of course, but just taking that from him, it means a lot for us.
All right, there.
Did I hear 3 varies?
3 varies. I wrote them down. Yeah,
I was counting.
So Richie Incognito is 41 years old.
Okay, I was about to add. That was my next question.
That's old as shit.
So I'm very, 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 very old.
And I think I got one more vary on that. I got like 5 varies. God, Jeff,
that makes me feel young.
Well, hell yeah.
I'm young as shit.
Yeah, you're still looking up at it, Jeff.
Very, very old. Wait, he's 41? You're
old. Well, because
you're
Thayer Munford's like 24.
Okay, that's right. Okay,
yeah, I'm just
so you're just old.
No, you're very old.
I'd say you're very old to Thayer Munford. Yeah, you're very old.
24? Yeah, because you're more than 10 years older than him.
I'm counting very. Yeah, he's very, very, very old. Yeah, you're very old.
You're very old.
I'm very old. That's fine. I can handle that.
Hilarious.
I'm like,
bless his heart.
Damn, Thayer, like very, very, very old. 41 years old. 41's not old. It's. I get it. It's old for football.
41's the new 21.
It's old for football,
but it's not old for the earth. No. I mean, gosh bless, man. All right,
damn, Thayer.
I know, man. Hurting feelings, huh? All right. I mentioned Malcolm Kuntz. Let's go ahead and jump over to the defensive side of the ball, and let's hear from Malcolm Kuntz again on camp.
Malcolm, players have spoken about how much trust has been built and being able to spend these days together and learning from different teammates about who they are, where they come from. Have you learned anything in particular from one of your teammates that surprised you, and how has this benefited you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I'm starting to get to – my locker's close to a lot of rookies right now, so I'm starting to get to know them, where they come from and where they went to college and little dumb stories they got and stuff like that. So that's always enjoyable. And also people like Christian, I'm spending a whole bunch of time with Christian now, so definitely it's nice to understand his process and how he got where he is today and how he developed throughout his career. So
does that make your team stronger?
Yeah, definitely, 100%. Yeah.
Was New Hampshire on Buffalo's schedule, and did you know anything about Dylan Lowry before he
Wait,
showed
I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Was New Hampshire on Buffalo's schedule when you were at University of Buffalo, and did you know anything about Dylan Lowry, the young rookie running back from New Hampshire?
Yeah, I know.
No, New Hampshire wasn't, but I got a whole bunch of boys that played Stony Brook, so I always knew about New Hampshire. So, yeah.
What do you think about Dylan?
Oh no, he's nice. He's a baller. Yeah, he's definitely a good runner.
Nice.
And he's serious about his profession, so that's always good.
All right, there's some good comments there from Malcolm Kuntz. All right, so I got something for you.
Oh,
give it to us.
Like to hear that.
This is gonna piss you off, Michelle.
No.
You remember how last week how I went on my little tirade about how national media and even sometimes local media, they're not as informed as we may be. Not we being in the fan cave, but we in the chat room and other people that are in this Raider fan community. Because if you're listening to this show, especially live, you are hardcore as hell for this football team. And I promise you that you know more than national sports writers and even local sports writers, including that guy, and I won't say his name, but he's the guy that Michelle almost fought at the Rockstar Bar. New Hampshire, it used to be called Division I AA. Basically, it's like the subdivision of the highest level of college football. That's where New Hampshire plays. Buffalo is in the MAC. Buffalo plays, speaking of like Max Crosby, Eastern Michigan, Miami of Ohio anyways, Northern Illinois, Toledo, where Quinyon Mitchell played.
Right.
That's a group of 5 school. New Hampshire plays Campbell, the College of Charleston, the University of Delaware, shout out Rich Gannon, Drexel, Elon, Hampton, Hofstra, Monmouth, North Carolina A&T. No, they weren't on their schedule. Google. Come on, man. Like, if we're gonna be a reporter, like let's know a little bit about what we're talking about here. And I get it. Like, it's not you're a Raider leaning reporter, not even a leaning. You are a Raiders beat writer. I get it. But man, I feel like but before you ask a question like that, I don't know. Well, for some reason that flew all over me, Michelle. I didn't love to hear. I loved hearing from Malcolm Kuntz. Great hearing from that young man and the camaraderie that's being built and talking about learning from Christian Wilkins and all that kind of stuff. But man, like the follow-up questions, some of this stuff, I'm just like, I try not to get in my head and get my feels.
They all do it,
but
though.
They do.
God dang it, man.
There's some questions where I'm like, what? What did you just ask? It's absolutely insane. But I'd love that we brought up the defense here, and I know we're going to be talking about a couple other things on the defense, but I wanted to highlight just a couple things that I kind of took from training camp, stuff like that I've heard as far as training camp goes.
Yeah, come on.
And one of the things is we're not signing a corner. We're not signing.
I don't know, man. Jacorian Bennett's getting a little handsy still. He got the holding calls in the game in the practices.
Is he?
Yeah.
Well, but he's sticky, man. He's doing a ton of pass breakups and stuff like that. He's impressing.
Yeah, but fine. But if you're going to have successful plays, you can't follow them up with freaking defensive holding and pass interference, right? It's that whole time and place thing we were just talking about.
Yeah.
So we don't listen. I mean, we don't, argue about it stuff on this show.
Yeah.
But I don't agree with you. I don't think so. I think that we're still in play for a KG veteran.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Well, I think DeCamerion Richardson's also playing really well as well. That
guy, yeah. Now he's been doing well from what we hear.
And so fast.
So fast.
He's so freaking fast, man. So I'm telling, I don't think we're gonna sign one, but
Cool Kev says Bennett holding people like a TSA agent.
There you go. Yeah, absolutely. But there, Isaiah Polamalu is playing really good. He's playing in the slot. He's not only playing safety, he's dipping down into the slot a little bit.
Okay.
He's got 2 interceptions in this training camp.
That's right.
He's playing really, really well.
Yeah,
so this secondary, I'm fired up for it, man. They said it was the weak link, but maybe it's not. Well, according to you, it still is. But
I think there's some things that can certainly be improved.
Of course.
Now that said, when you have, like we talked about with Jeff Murphy, when you have a pass rush that can get home quick and create some uncomfortable pressure, especially up the middle, and force quarterbacks to roll out and not be able to step up in the pocket, that improves your secondary more than a lot of things. So that opportunity for the Raiders, I think, is huge. And so there I'm with you that if there is still potentially a liability with a guy that might drop a defensive holding here and there, whatever, but if you can make up for it to where he doesn't have to be in coverage for so long and allow that to happen, then that definitely goes a long way.
Do you think they bring someone else in?
I think so. I think eventually, I think that's kind of the consensus from everybody, is that unless,
except for me, apparently.
Well, but that's fine. But and there's a lot of people that have been talking up to me. Mo talks about Jacorian Bennett.
I've heard great things about the secondary.
There's and the safeties are playing phenomenal. But there's a lot of people out there that are like, I'm not so, that are convicted that Jacorian Bennett is doing. I think Big Mike Rader, I think I saw a tweet from him earlier, if he's still in the chat, that are like, no, like, we've been on Jacorian Bennett from day one and still going to go with it. And so I think there are some people like you, Jeff, that are convicted in it, where I'm looking at it like, again, still like holding and freaking PI, that's bad, man. That costs you games, dude. Like that's huge. And so we can't have that. Like if we're going to talk about operating an offense where we're not taking, deep shots and we're kind of working clock with Zeus and all that kind of stuff, you can't afford to freaking give up 50 yards on a freaking PI or whatever. You know what I mean? So, all right. So speaking of corners, though, there's one guy that has certainly got this thing absolutely locked up, and that is Jack Jones, Jack the Ripper, as I've heard him referred to now.
Yeah. I like fun. That.
We were talking about nicknames when I did the Mondays with Mikey and Murf, and Mikey asked me, he's like, what nickname would you give to some of the newer players that don't have a nickname yet? And Frankie Mosqueda jumped in there in the chat, and he was like, Jack the Ripper. And I'm like, ooh, that's a good one, man.
That is a good one.
Especially if he keeps getting pick sixes and stuff.
Yeah.
That's freaking legit. So anyways, let's check in with Jack the Ripper and Bob Spillane as they react to the schedule predictions from a lot of media.
Him being ranked the 28th coach, I felt like they was disrespecting, me, the team, him. I don't like that. That set a fire under me. We're going to show everybody 6-11 is crazy. I'm going to get beat 11 times throughout the year. I'm going to lose more than I win, and I don't like that. That's not who we are. That's not why we working. That's not why we here. And we going to step up and we going to show why.
I'm pissed off. I'm angry, not just about that ranking, about a lot of rankings that go on. And, of course, it adds to the fuel in the fire.
Love it, man. I love it. Yeah, go ahead. Piss us off. Let them play mad. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I freaking love that, man. I love it that they're taking that, and not anybody needs bulletin board material, but I love that they're taking it as disrespect.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, because that certainly will motivate you as well. All right, so speaking of Bob Spillane, I got one more for you. This was cool, man. The way that he described his responsibility on the field. Let me go ahead and play this one for you.
What do you really like about this defense and what you can do?
I love the guys around me. I want to dominate 1/11 of the field and trust the other guys to dominate their 1/11 of the field. And with that, if a break does happen and you got hungry dogs flying to the ball, those mistakes are minimized. So we're finding ways to finish with effort and passion on every play.
God dang, that fires me up, man.
Fires me
It
up.
reminded me. So you remember when we had Jeff in, with QB Jeff, and he was talking about, as a quarterback, what are the things that are critical? It's like, okay, you got to diagnose, what the defense is doing, and you got to get your team into good plays. But then what happens when stuff goes wrong? Like, do you have the ability to then still execute and make a smart decision with the football when something goes wrong? That's exactly what Bob Spillane is describing right there, Jeff, is that I'm responsible for my 1/11 of the field. I never heard that described like that before. You got my 1/11 of the field. I'm going to depend on the other 10 guys to have their whatever of the field. But then if things break out, or whatever the words that he used there was, do we have hungry dogs flying to the ball?
Right.
I'm like, bro, come on, man.
Right.
That's the mentality we're bringing in with this defense, dude. And I'm freaking fired up for it.
Absolutely. Well, I think it was the late, great Al Davis that said, don't worry about making mistakes. Try not to make mistakes, but don't be scared of making mistakes, because we're going to be out there. We're going to help you out. We're going to bail you out. So, but I think that's what this brotherhood that we're building right here, it's the trust that this team is building with each other and stuff like that, to know that, hey, I've got 10 other guys behind me and in front of me that got my back. So if I do make a mistake, don't worry, Max Crosby's going to bail me out. Don't worry, Jack Jones is going to bail me out. Don't worry, Trayvon Merrick is going to bail me out. So I love that.
Well, you know what, Michelle, it allows the guys to play fast. And when we listen to that, I referenced it earlier, that Tom McMahon press conference today. And if you haven't heard Raider Nation, go out and check it out. One of the things that he talked about was, he said, we want the guys to just go. Just go. Like, don't worry, just go. Like, and they asked him, well, is that something that you had to impart or whatever? And he's like, no, that's Antonio Pierce. Coach knows this. Coach, just go. We'll correct it in the film room. Don't think about it now. We'll deal with it later. Just go. And that's what fits exactly in with Jeff's point there, is that if you have trust in your fellow freaking ballers on the field, you can just go.
Yeah, I remember, I think Will Compton talked about Paul Gunther and how, his convoluted his playbook was, and
they called in plays and they didn't even run them in practice.
Yeah. Right. So to not dumb it down, that's not the best, but to bring it down to center and see ball, get ball.
Come on, Charles Woodson. That's
the goal, and to bring it down to that one little thing. Then you have the trust of the other players that you're playing with, the brotherhood that you've already started working on before you even get on the field. And then if something does go awry, everybody knows the job. Everybody knows what they need to do before it happens. Then you can't. It's like, in art, I don't make mistakes in art, because if something goes awry, then it was supposed to happen that way. And you just make it happen.
Isn't that Bob Ross that said there's no mistakes, there's happy accidents?
Yeah. And you can still take that and make it something great. Yeah. And if we're all on the same page, if everyone's on the same page, then you can do that.
So good. It fires me up. That fires me up.
Yep.
Awesome.
100%.
Awesome. Good stuff. All right, let's hit a break and then update us, Jeff, on where we're at with the donations, where we're trying to get to for the night. And then after that, we'll do See You Fans.
Las Vegas, a city without a pro football team, in a world gone mad. What can we do about it? Acquire the most desired franchise in sports history? Sin City, lost wages, home of the Elvis weddings, and 24-hour debauchery. But finally, a match made in heaven. The Oakland Raiders have landed in the desert with the Death Star as their home. And to celebrate beyond your imagination has come 3 individuals hosting the most irreverent show while paying homage to the storied history of this franchise. Raiders Fan Radio with Murf, Swaggy J, and Michelle, taking a lighter side journey into the dark side. Podcasting and YouTube, the final frontier. These are the episodes of Raiders Fan Radio. Its never-ending quest to bring you the adventures of the Las Vegas Raiders. Its mission to raise money for the One Nation Foundation and to win over new fans. To support the takeover of opposing stadiums and to continue its lighter side journey into the dark side.
All right, Raider Nation. So yes, if you tuned in late, where the hell were you? So we are.
You had to wait for me for that? You couldn't just give an update?
We were on the screen.
Oh, we were on the screen.
I know. That's why I put you on the screen.
I was also laughing
Well, I needed a longer break.
That was so funny,
Thank you guys for paying attention.
I needed to vibe out to Uncle Mosh. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. So if you tune in late, where the hell were you? So we are raffling off this signed Bo Jackson jersey tonight. So every $10 donation, whether it be $10, whether it be $87 million, it's all going to the One Nation Foundation. You get poker chips for every $10 that you do. So I'll tell you what, we need $60, Raider Nation. We need $60 to get to that milestone number that all of you guys want. So hit us up, man. $60. You can do it on Super Chat right now. You can hit me up if you do it on the PayPal or whatever. We need $60 tonight, Raider Nation, and that's going to get us to that milestone number. But it's all going to the One Nation Foundation.
Yeah.
And if we get $60,
ooh,
we're going to raffle off this as well. This signed Michael Mayer jersey. And yep, and if we get to that number, Big Shane, I might have to dip into your last 100 that you've donated to us because we don't have any other prizes left to give.
Oh, yeah. Well, we'll find something. We'll find something for next. But this is it for the summer swag. This is it. This is basically it. Literally the last day that we have to raise money for the One Nation Foundation. And so there's a Michael Mayer signed number 87 jersey in there. Gabe Alcantar in there with a $20 donation saying Bo knows. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. And thank you to all of those of you that have donated tonight. We appreciate your generosity, Raider Nation, and I cannot wait to see the Bolitnikovs next month and hand them a check for $10,000 based on your generosity. Thank you so much. All right, so we're at the Sea of Fans mailbag. And so...
should I hit that?
Oh, you have not played it yet. Okay.
Oh. Nope, I haven't played it.
You guys didn't do shit while I was gone.
We didn't.
I just listened to Uncle Mosh the whole time.
Gosh, Vinny, you couldn't freaking
I even forgot to pull the chicken out to thaw.
Okay, well... Jackass, you told me to hit the brakes, update them on the jersey, and then go to Sea of Fans.
Yeah,
so you're jumping ahead.
You haven't done any of that yet.
I just did all that except.
No.
I just did all that except.
Oh
for
no!
This. Holy cow!
Oh no, but yes, but oh no!
To the gun. His body thrown.
Oh my gosh! I equally hate and love every one of you.
Oh my gosh, Dead Mike in there with a $50 freaking donation. Thank you so very, very much, Dead Mike. Thank you, Pineapple, with a $60 donation in there. Thank you, Pineapple. And Pineapple says swag $60 incoming. And then Mojo says $10 more. I want that damn jersey with a $50 donation in there. My gosh.
You guys rule.
Let's go.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
That was 50, 60, and 50?
50, 60, and 50. And yeah, and I want to, I'm going to take a minute before we get into our shots and all the silliness that we're going to get into here in a minute. I just want to tell you guys, thank you so very much for your generosity from the bottoms of our heart. Yeah. We could not do any of this stuff that we do without you. And I say that it's you doing it. We're just the vessels, and we love to share your generosity with the good folks at Raider Dad, the good folks at Bolitnikov, the folks at the Max Crosby Foundation, any of the Raiders related charities. We can't do that without you all. And it's absolutely blesses us. And so thank you. I don't want to say you're too kind because you are what you are, but kindness is never a bad thing, man. And to celebrate it in this way and just acknowledge it is it's just awesome. And that here we are, just three knuckleheads in our bonus room, talking about our favorite football team, and to have that kind of interaction and input from you all. Just, I mean, it's a blessing, man. Yeah. I don't know how else to say it, Michelle.
Yeah. And so when we get to go to the Bolitnikoff dinner and you get to hear from the people from St. Jude, and you get to hear stories, and you get to see, like the slideshow that they show, the facilities that they built, and it just really shows these women that they're helping deserve this space. Like it's like water for them. It's a space that says you matter, and your donations are helping let people know that they matter. The same with the kids with Raider Dad. Like, your donations, it seems like it's just kind of out in the ether, but your donations are helping those kids feel like they matter, and the parents feel like they matter. Like, it's so much bigger than we can imagine. And I just thank you really doesn't feel
I know that's
like enough.
Yeah,
just, we say thank you over and over again, but literally thank you for caring enough to donate, like for it meaning enough to you to donate. That's a big deal.
Can't say any better now.
You said it all.
Jordan said I'm stalling to not have to drink the nasty shot. Okay, maybe.
Busted, Michelle. All
right. Hey, what flavors did we get?
It's time.
I got 99 mangoes.
I got pineapples.
I got orange.
I mean, oof.
That could be a lot worse.
It could have been a lot worse.
T's and
guys.
P's, Swag Jeff.
Yeah.
Hey, respect.
Oh, and I'm on camera. Okay.
Oh, shit.
You're throwing shit at me.
It
wasn't my fave.
Oh, man.
I mean, none of these are actually my fave.
All right.
Oh.
Salute, Raider Nation.
And Big Shane says, go ahead and put me all in for tonight.
Oh,
Yep.
shit.
Absolutely. So that extra, another $100 donation for Big Shane.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, God.
Jordan Ford says, that's nasty work.
No, it felt like drinking some old Avon perfume.
Oh,
that's what
man.
that felt like. I thought pineapple was going to be a little better, but I was
pineapple's
wrong.
rough.
I was
Mangoes
wrong.
wasn't terrible. It just, in the back of your tongue, like it just.
Listen,
like,
those
on
99
the sides,
shots, they're not even good. When we cracked that bucket, there was no good ones to pick from. And now we're at the bottom of the bucket. It's rough.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Raider 27 says, get Michelle a trash can. She's not looking good.
Oh, man. Raider 27, that was rough. That was not a good one. I mean, none of them are good, but that one really.
Oh, my gosh. I'll tell you what, should we invert the sea of fans? Give you time before
No,
you
I'm good.
read
no,
the
because
emails?
we don't want it to hit me. It's going to
let
me
okay,
read
I got
now.
you. Okay,
and
all
then,
right. All right.
And then I get to take
You're
the
putting
night
on
off,
the brave
so.
face.
I am.
Yes. All right. So
All right,
T's and P's for Michelle.
Yeah,
now,
yeah.
after a few neutrals and now a shot of 99 pineapple, she gets to read.
But let me tell you, though, real quick, those neutrals, if you want to sponsor us, those neutrals
We need a
rock,
sponsor.
man.
They're good.
They're
Those are
so
good.
good.
Those
so
are good.
Y'all tell me how to get a hold of Neutral because they're really good.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Well, and so, hey, let me tell you real quick. We appreciate all of those of you that are in the chat room tonight. You can join us live each and every week at 4 p.m. Pacific, 7 p.m. Eastern at youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio. Just like our good friends in there, Mojo, Jordan. I'm just getting it out quick before I start to stumble. Mojo, Jordan Ford, SoCal Sal, Daniel Mangus, Matthew Mangus, Hooligan Nation, Tony Shepard, because it's coming. Elon Bush is in there. Raider 27 is in there. Frankie Mosqueda is in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Big Shane is there. Big Shane is in there. Mojo is in there. We appreciate all of those of you. Stacy Ruff, appreciate Wyo is in there. Ron is in there. Justin Tolman is in there. Thank you so much for your support of Raiders Fan Radio. Stacy Ruff says, hey, put some respect on my name. Oh my God. Jordan Ford says they sound like an auctioneer. Thank you. Also the Libby.
Did you see Ron in there? He said next week's choices of 99 are shits, barn floors, and truck stop bathrooms.
Those may have been better than the pineapple I just had.
Hey.
That's hilarious, Ron.
That is.
Oh my gosh. All right. So I appreciate you very much. And if you want to join us live, you can, as I mentioned, at youtube.com/RaidersFanRadio, or you can call the show and leave us a message at 909-345-3346. That's 909-345-3346. Or you can send us an email. And if you send the emails, Michelle will read them. And if we read your email an indefinite amount of times, or we play your message, there it comes. 3 or more times, you can become the next made man or made maiden here at Raiders Fan Radio. So Michelle, as I mentioned, always reads the emails at show, that is SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com. And Michelle, who do we have tonight?
All right. So first we have a Raider.
Your
Loki.
voice got deeper and
it
deeper.
It
as
did.
went.
I thought we were about to do a late
Michelle,
night 92.9.
I was trying to hold back.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
are you?
yeah.
There's some burpees and some.
Nice.
Yeah.
What? Mango's coming back up.
There's a little more drool going on than there was about 3 minutes ago.
Pause.
Oh, wow. Way to make it dirty.
Okay.
All right. That's enough. But Ball hit you with it too.
Oh, he did. Good job,
Thank you, Paul.
And my 2 cents in there with a $20 donation.
Hey, respect.
Mojo says, man, this Tampa tailgate is about to be lit.
Oh, Mojo, we
It's
can't
going to be so
wait.
dope. I can't wait.
We can't wait.
We can't wait.
All right, so first we have Raider Loki.
SoCal Sales. Oh, damn, Murf.
It was way worse than you thought it was.
Mistakes were made. Yeah.
Greetings to the resilient and devoted fans of the Raiders. Loki here, sharing a moment of reflection and mischief with you all. As we look at
Runs his warm spits.
Yeah. I don't know why I look at the chat when I'm reading. I should
know,
never glance to the chat. I should no, dude.
It's so funny for those of you that listen on the audio podcast. If you ever hear us laughing at things, well, like we're listening to voicemails or whatever, and they wonder like, why are they laughing at that? Why is that funny? Well, it's because we're reading the chat as we're going along, and the chat room is freaking hilarious.
The chat's so much funnier than we are.
100%. Chat is on fire. Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. As we look ahead to the upcoming season,
get it together
I
here,
sent
Mojo.
pull it together, guys. As we look ahead to the upcoming, okay, hold on a second. Okay, that was for me. Okay, Michelle, pull it together.
All right, here we go.
As we look ahead to the upcoming season, I sense a brewing storm, a quarterback battle that rivals the conflicts of Asgard itself. Much like the epic clashes between my brother Thor and I, this rivalry fuels the spirit of competition and ignites the passion of Raider Nation. May the chosen quarterback wield their arm with the precision of MJOLNIR.
Oh, Molinear.
Molinear.
That's Thor's hammer. Nerd alert.
Oh, nerd alert. Guiding our team. Well, I thought I was going to. There we go. I was giving you time. Guiding our team to triumph on the gridiron. Now, on to a matter close to your hearts, the cost of tickets. The treasure that opens the gates to witness your heroes in action. In my travels across realms, I've learned that sometimes a clever trick or a well-timed illusion can make even the mightiest of prices more manageable. Let us employ our wits and resourcefulness to ensure that every loyal fan can join in the roar of the crowd cheering our Raiders to victory. In the midst of excitement and anticipation, let us not forget the bond that unites us, much like the unbreakable bond between Thor and I, despite our differences. Just as Thor wields his hammer with strength and honor, I weave my magic with cunning and mischief. So too do we stand together in support of our beloved Raiders. Let not the currents of earthly politics like presidential elections divide our allegiance. Instead, let our unity as fans shine brighter than any cosmic conflict. As the season unfolds, may the battles on the field unite us in joy and camaraderie. Together, let us uphold the legacy of Raider Nation with pride, knowing that our loyalty and passion echo through the halls of history with mischief and camaraderie. Raider Loki.
Hey,
thanks, Raider Loki. That was
thank you,
so
Raider Loki.
much. Oh, okay, no, okay, there it is. I was like, oh, no cheering. Okay.
I think he's in the chat. He says big nerd energy.
Yeah, he is.
SoCal Sal, he couldn't just say hammer.
Thank you, SoCal Sal. No, I'm glad you gave it its government name, whatever it is. Appreciate that.
The chat room was so freaking funny.
Okay, the next one is really short. So
pause. Sorry. No shame if your email's really short. Hashtag Short King.
Short Kings.
Shout out Short Kings.
Fly Short King.
Shout out Fly High Short Kings. Because I'm no shame to the Short Kings. No shame. Oh why? Moment of silence for the Short Kings. So, wide receiver, Mike.
Morning. Oh my God, she's so funny. Shit.
Send any email complaints to 99. No, to
HR at RaidersFanRadio.com.
To 99 shots. Send them to 99 shots.
HR.
Which is me. So shout out Short Kings. So wide receiver Michael Gallup contract consisted of $827,500 guaranteed money at signing. Does this mean he rides off into the sunset in retirement with all of that unearned money? Special request, can Michelle dye her hair silver and black for the upcoming 2024 season?
Oh.
No, Michelle can't. And I'm going to tell you why. Because silver is mighty close to gray.
Oh, right,
and
right,
I'm running from gray.
We'll just go with black then.
I am going to be dyeing my hair soon, so get ready because
There we go. All right.
it's time for a change, and you all have to be subject
there better
to
be
it.
a little pink or a little purple in it.
Well,
we'll see.
We'll see.
You'll upset Mike
Garafolo. Like I may have to reach out to him, but yeah, sorry, I can't do silver. I just can't. It's gray, and I'm sorry. Not to mention how it's so damaging to your hair to dye it. It's very damaging. Anyway, Paul's next.
Hey, Paul.
Evening, everybody. I hope you're all well. Also, too, I think Paul said earlier in the chat that he did some swears. So get your finger ready.
Okay.
I know. I love it when Paul does swears.
I'm not going to say pause.
Before I start this week, I'm happy to report that I have now watched The Goonies, and it's weights off my shoulders, having been the last person on the planet to watch it. It's a good, fun film to watch. I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I'm only 39 years late. Love ya, twos. Thank you, Paul.
Right on,
also,
Paul.
Shouts out to Paul for doing it and watching it. So good
Heck
job.
yeah, man. Goonies rules.
Yeah. It's been a sad week for all of us this week. For the NFL and fans of all teams, it would seem the world in general has been rocked by an act of pure evil. I know some of you are already tired of it and have moved on, but there's a human element that needs to be addressed. So my email this week is in the form of a plea to everybody to pray for Patrick Mahomes because it's time for the nonsense to stop. The savage and brutal character assassination that took place in Costa Mesa last week has clearly hurt him. His pouty little lip has stuck out like an umbrella, and he nearly had a boo-boo live on air when the media asked him about it. So it's clear for all to see it's been a difficult week for him, and because he hasn't got a spine, he must be finding it difficult to cope. Being born looking like a drip can't have been easy in his younger years, and then his voice broke, and it turned out he sounded like someone only Jim Henson could love. As he grew from a tadpole into the semi-formed human we see today, he then had the misfortune of being traded by an organization that had only really been significant for a few years, and doesn't like it when someone stands up to them. Luckily for him, he landed in a state full of mutants to help him fit in. Apologies to Raider Nation in Missouri. So if you're a person of faith, perhaps you could pray for him at this difficult time because what happened over the last 7 days must have been so traumatic, like the dark days of 2 world wars, of the horrors of Vietnam. So please, before you launch into any more anti-Chiefs comments, just stop for a minute and consider what it might be doing to this lowlife, spineless little creature. If nothing else, think about the children. In fact, think about the real Kermit. It's him we should feel sorry for because he keeps being attached to this cretin. I have seen some people talking of retaliation from Kansas City because of this. Well, don't worry, folks. He won't be in a position to retaliate because he'll be staring up his own butthole when when Max, Christian Wilkins, Malcolm Kuntz, and Tyree Wilson have finished with
There's
them.
90 people associated with the team that just got put out on the field. 88 of them can lick my whole butthole.
Period. Hopefully, with everybody's help, he can find a little backbone along the way and some form of self-worth, just in time for the Raiders to turn up and knock the snot out of him.
Come on.
I hope my sarcasm came across well enough in this email, as the reaction and overreaction to last week has been mind-blowing, but not surprising. We live in a world where the Raiders are disrespected 24/7, 365, yet the first time we have a bit of fun, the world falls in. We also clearly live in a world where too many people have gone as soft as shit, and a sense of humor is a thing of the past. There are too many whiny-ass bitches around, so in summary, so everyone can understand it, Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs.
Nice.
Here endeth
you, Travis Kelce.
Yeah. Here endeth the lesson. Stay safe, RFR. Love you, Raider Nation. His Lordship, the Royal Scribe, Paul Edgerton, Shropshire, Mississippi, Polly Award winner 2019-2022, Foggy Glasses Award winner 2020, Made Man of the Year 2024, BRT Sizzler scorekeeper, proud made man, five time, times 3 plus 4, winner of the Raiders Fan Radio BRT Sizzler Award.
Give it up for Paul!
Paul!
Paul, your name Paul?
Hello?
Paul.
Hello?
Paul.
I met him with
Paul. Who? Paul.
Paul, yes, Paul.
Paul's not here. Hey, Paul. Paul.
Hi. I'm Paul.
Damn, Paul, bringing the freaking heat, man. Like always, love Paul's emails. And if you want to be like Paul and email the show, you can email us at show, that is SHOW, at RaidersFanRadio.com, and appreciate him so very, very much. All right, we just got a couple. We already played one of the voicemails earlier, so we just got 2 more to get to. Let's kick it off with our buddy in Fresno. He is Jacob.
Murf, Michelle, Jeff, this is Jacob from Fresno. What's up, guys? Listen, I usually don't do this, but it's only hours after the show, and I'm already sending a message, so I already know it's going to be outdated because that's typically what happens when I used to do this. But anyway, I'm listening, and Murf, you're going off on Colin Cowherd. Man, it's like Steve Van Gundy. You're saying, I'm a man. I'm food. Come after me. And I love it, man. I'm fired up, too. Colin Cowherd, more like Colin Coward.
That ain't true! That's not true!
Like he's a coward, right? Get it? Because his name is it's Cowherd. Anyway.
Or says he's fat?
Listen, I know we want to, get all over the national media because for crying out loud, the over-under is 6 wins. How are people this blinded to what happened to the Raiders? We do not have Josh McDaniels anymore. This is a brand new team. That being said, on the flip side, I am seeing so much unrealistic stuff going on in Raider Nation. I'm looking at Twitter, Facebook comments, everybody's saying, man, we're at least getting 10 wins. At least? Come on, guys. I know we are excited. We don't even know if we have a starting caliber quarterback. Now, let's pump the brakes. Is 10 wins possible?
Yes, and no, we won't. Man, I love Jacob from Fresno, but hell no, we ain't pumping the brakes.
Your dear Aunt Skippy, it sure is. It's darn possible. We can go out and do it. We can do it. Let's just put it that way. It is possible. But it is far more closer to our ceiling than it is to our basement. To say 10 wins at least? Guys, pump the brakes. And I know you're not saying it. It's a comment I read earlier. Listen, the Raiders are much better this year than they were last year. We're in a great situation. I'm much more happy with Gardner Minshew and Aiden O'Connell at quarterback than I was with Jimmy Garoppolo. And I was thinking that before he got there, to be honest. But here's the thing. We are so used to losing the last few years, the last few decades. We've been in the playoffs twice in the last 2 decades. We are excited because we're starting to see a little bit better. I think what's realistic for us this year is to hope for 10 wins and be good with 8 to 9. And know that we are on the path to greatness. We are getting better. I'm going to get cut off, guys. But we are getting better. The future is bright in the Raider Nation. And we can finally say that and be honest. It's true. So be happy. I'm going to get cut off. Let's go. Raiders!
He made it. He made the cutoff. Nice.
Burly, as the kids say. He barely made it in there.
Burly.
All right. There, Jacob from Fresno. I love Jacob from Fresno.
Me too.
Sure. The whole
Passionate.
Here's what I would push back on his comments. He acknowledges we were an 8-win team, and he acknowledges that we've gotten much better. Well, how much better have we gotten? Like, what is much better? Have we gotten a little bit better, sort of better? Have we, like, okay, right? If you got much better, that's 3-4 wins is much better than 8. So that's 11 or 12 victories, Michelle.
Or
right?
13.
Or 14, right? You know what I'm saying? That's where I'm coming from. Is that like, yes, this was an 8-win football team when the first 8 last year, Jeff, were dog shit. Right? Under Josh McDaniels. Right. The last 9 under Pierce was above 500. It was 5-4 and trying to figure shit out kind of along the way. The idea that now we have a full offseason, a full draft, added absolute dogs on offense when you look at Brock Bowers and whatnot, and then we've added dogs on defense.
Confidence boost because the shitty coaching staff is gone.
Because now gone. Yep. Like, that's, to me, like, the formula adds up to at least 11 or 12 wins. If it's not that and we don't make the playoffs and likely win one, it's a letdown. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, to go back to Jack Jones was like 11 losses. You think I'm going to lose 11 times? Like, I think that's what he said in his, you know, like,
sure is.
That's so disrespectful. There's no way they lose 11 times. I just don't think that's
And I don't think there's a way they lose 9.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's what I mean. If this team truly got, quote, much better, and again, I'm not shitting on your comment there, Jacob from Fresno, but if we are much better than 8 wins, to my brain, that's 12.
It's 11 or 12. Yeah, it's 11 or 12. The end. Yeah. 100%.
All right, one more to get to. Let's check in with our buddy. Man, can't wait to see him in here in a few weeks at the Raider Dad Tailgate. Our buddy, Ty the Raider.
Yo, what's up, Murf, Swaggy, and Michelle and Sweat. Hope everyone is safe and in good health. I come to you today after, my Cal Bears just won back-to-back national championships, so I just thought I'd take a break and
shout out college
make
football
this
21.
call real quick. I'll make it, very simple. The Chiefs, Mahomes, Andy Reid,
Or says he's fat.
Nick Wright, poking the bear. Only bears we respect is Smucky, Yogi, and Boo Boo. All the media getting down on their knees, giving Kermit that hawk tool with extra glaze. I swear, it was like this whole reaction with the Kermit shit. It's like a direct reflection of society, like how people act these days. Like everyone is too soft and sensitive. It's like, bro, we're supposed to be competitive. Like, I don't know, like, what the do you want? Like this is a violent sport. Like, Lord beholds that sport where people violently run into each other, that someone has a puppet, and everybody is just losing their shit. I don't get it. You feel me? I just don't understand it. Yeah, like, for Mahomes, it get dealt with, or it gets dealt with. Like, bro, look, newsflash, I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk, you hate the way that you dress. Like, come on, bro. Like, this shit is getting outrageous. I really, I can't wait for the season to start. I can't wait because I'm raging. Just want to choke a frog or something. Like, anywho, with all love and respect, it's been me, Ty the Raider. You guys have a good one.
All right, Ty the Raider. I love it. He's the best. He's the best. All right, we had some amazing phone calls tonight. Had some amazing emails tonight. We're getting ready to give away 2 jerseys here at Raiders Fan Radio through your amazing donations tonight. My gosh, do you have even an idea where we're at in totals?
I know exactly where we're at.
Do you want to tell them before we do a final push before we turn it over to the Sizzler and then draw?
No.
Okay. Deal.
No, I'll tell you when before we draw.
Okay, all right, fine.
But this is your last push. If you want to make a donation, do it now.
Also, this is the last night.
Last night.
This is the last night for Summer of Swag. So this night is the last night for donations. This is it. Get it in. If you want to give to the One Nation Foundation, in order for us to give what we're about to give in the season, this is it. This is your last night.
Absolutely. So there's the Bo Jackson jersey is what we're giving away. And then also
Michael Mayer.
Right? Mayer. Yeah, let's show that. Let's show that. You got it, Jeff?
We both look.
Mojo says Swaggy has gone feral.
No, does Swaggy look feral?
Do I?
Look at me.
It could be my resting bitch face.
Maybe it's your RBF. It's your RBF.
I got one big time.
You don't look feral.
Look at me.
Thank you.
I said, look at me. Look at me right now.
Look at me right now.
I'll be honest. I promise. You're not.
Thank you.
Gosh. Y'all are the best. Thank you again so very, very much for what you do for the One Nation Foundation, and look forward to giving away those jerseys. But before we do that, we got to give away a Sizzler Award, which goes to the best emailer or phone caller of the night, and that honor goes to Swag Jeff. And Jeff, who do we have tonight?
Absolutely. We have some amazing emails from Raider Loki. And who was the second email from?
Sorry.
I'm going to have to prime that pump, dude.
Let me look in the email. Hold on.
Okay.
Just hold, please.
There was Raider Loki. There was Paul.
And who was the first one? That was the one I stepped out. That was the one I
was-
stepped out of.
No, God. Because he didn't give his name
Do
in
the
email.
emails then while she's looking it up, Jeff.
Okay, and then voicemails, we had Jacob in Fresno.
That's what I meant.
And we had Ty to Raider. And also the call during the show from
Jay
Jay
from
in
St.
St.
Louis.
Louis.
Yes.
Yep, so much respect.
Vincent Kellum.
Vincent Kellum.
Thank you, Vincent.
That's a new,
Thank you,
right?
Vincent.
That's a new name. I missed that one. That's why I wish I wouldn't have stepped out now.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So,
I'll send it to you.
I was going to say,
I
send
will
me that,
forward it
please,
to
so I
you.
can
Yeah,
get
and Raider Kyle with a $20 donation.
Oh, my gosh.
Thank you, Raider Kyle.
Yep, much respect. So I'll be giving you that chip, my friend. But the winner tonight
was going in on you, man. I love it.
I know. It's fine.
Mojo said, and honestly, though, Mojo said he can see in your eyes. And if I trust anybody that knows what it's
100%.
that knows it's Mojo,
It's
but I don't
Mojo.
see it. So
okay, well,
I'm just let you know.
Thank you.
I just want to be clear.
99 glizzies not to be trusted.
Oh my
Mojo,
gosh.
that's no lie.
Absolutely.
Jeez.
Absolutely. Jordan Ford says, amazing. Stop. I'm trying.
Okay, Porky Pig.
Yeah.
Swaggy
Fud. That's great. You're
doing great. You're doing incredible.
We're going to get you a pizza in a couple hours, and then we'll send you
that's
home.
right. We
No,
all
I don't need
deserve
her damn pizza.
a pat on the back for those.
But the winner of tonight's Sizzler Award
love
goes to a guy that just wants to choke a frog. It is Ty to Raider.
Oh,
Congratulations,
yay.
you are the Sizzler.
I am the Sizzler.
Sizzler. We are Metallica, and we are here for your Oakland Raiders!
You know why we out here, and we ain't playing around today.
From The Walking Dead to errant Jedi Knights, Raiders fans are a rogues gallery.
Stacy Ruff says that grandma hat gave you glaucoma.
Oh, no.
Okay.
It probably did.
Okay, Stacy, that's enough. That's enough. Oh, all right. So, yeah, Jeff, let's give away. Oh, my gosh, Trin at the wire.
Oh, at the wire.
Ooh, like it.
Oh, yeah.
Seeing Brock in person verifies it for me that the guy is going to be a beast. Oh, my gosh, man. We cannot wait.
I can't wait.
Like Brock for Brock, the conqueror himself, Brock. Brock. You want to see your husband fight Brock? You got it. It's on. You can't beat Brock. Best friend in the world, Brock. I got 2 words for you. Brock!
All right, here we go. Love it, man. Thank you, Trinidad. Thank you for that $20 donation. Thank you, chat room. Graf is in there. What's up, Graf?
What's up,
Appreciate
Graf?
seeing you in
Respect,
there.
bro.
Oh,
hey, we'll see you. I think we'll see Graf in a few weeks. I think he's going to be at the preseason game.
Somebody at the
Yeah. Hey, Graf, we haven't even talked yet. I'll text you, but come on by our tailgate, man. We're doing a tailgate, all for Raider Dad, taking underprivileged kids to the game and providing the tailgate and all that good stuff for them. And so we appreciate you, Graf, being in there. Wyoming is in there also. My 2 cents. Did you guys really drop the bucket?
No, I was like, she was shuffling the bucket. I was like, there's nothing in it. There's nothing in it. It's okay. We're good.
I was like, why are they laughing all of a sudden? Because you're trying to pull a chip and there's no chips in the bucket?
Chips, so I was just trying to,
Oh my
I was
gosh.
trying to break them up there.
All right, so Graf says he'll be there. Yeah, let's hook up, man. We'll be in Lot H We'll be out there with the kids, and would love to see you, man. Say hi for sure. Robert Pena is also in there. Paul Edgerton is in there. Lee B with another $9 at the Y.
Yeah,
absolutely.
absolutely.
Another chip in there
Puts
for
him
Lee
up to
B.
$50. Yep, 100%.
Graf says, oh, yeah, I get to see my people. Absolutely, man. Can't wait to see you, my man. Mojo is in there. My 2 cents. Wyoming Raider. Paul is in there. Stacy Ruff is in there. Vibrator, my baby's in there.
Hey.
Tiderator is in there. That was his 13th Sizzler.
Oh, my lucky number.
No kidding.
That's what Paul just said. Yeah. Jordan Ford is in there. I mentioned Trin. Tiderator, of course, is in there. Lee B, Robert Pena, so many good folks. Our buddy Mojo is in there. We thank you so very, very much. All right, let's give this jersey excuse me.
Jerseys.
Oh, yeah, we're going to wear jerseys.
Yeah,
Jerseys.
yeah, absolutely. Because it was a big night.
I'm going to turn it over to you guys and go over there and adjust the camera.
All right, deal. So, so first off tonight, Dick Harder.
That's how we like to start the night. That's how you want to start the
$20
night.
donation. Hooligan Nation, $40 donation. Wyoming Raider, $20 donation. Let's see. Raider C-Dub, $20 donation. East Coast Raider, $20 donation. Mark Barris, $20 donation. John Ogle, $10 donation. Mike Green, $20 donation.
Thank you, Mike.
Duke City Raider, $10 donation.
Duke.
Funky Hairman, $20 donation. I said it right.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Space Beast, $10 donation. Just Win Wendy, $20 donation. Yoshi, $20 donation.
SoCal Sal says even the camera's drunk.
Oh yeah, it's got the something's in the way there, right in front of Michelle. It's fine. Let's see here. Gabe Alcantor, $20 donation. My 2 cents, $20 donation. In Trinidad, $20 donation. Let's see here. Lee B, $50 donation. Raider Kyle, $60 donation.
Thank you, Kyle.
Pineapple, $70 donation. Big Mike.
Thank you, Pineapple.
$50 donation.
Big Mike.
Dead Mike, $50 donation.
Thank you, Dead Mike.
Alan Bell, $50 donation.
Thank you, Alan Bell.
Mojo, $70 donation.
Let's go, Moj.
Big Shane, $200 donation.
Big Shane. Thank you, Big Shane.
And the leader of the clubhouse tonight.
Oh, my gosh.
I got to use 2 hands for this. Pause.
Damn it, you beat me to it. You fucker.
Damn it.
I mean, I'm supposed to say that.
$370 donation.
Jeez.
Shake that shit up good.
Ojo says, I wonder what Swaggy's mic smells like.
Hold on. I really want to get these mixed up good.
Yeah, mix them up good. Mix them up good.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. This is awesome.
All right. Hey, before
And you can't win twice. We'll give away 2 different
keep
things.
mixing up. Tonight's, I haven't given the total the
Oh,
last
okay. Come
couple
on.
nights.
Come on.
Tonight's total for the night, $1,270.
Holy shit.
Much respect. Yep, much respect.
Damn.
Are we ready?
Yeah.
Is that the most?
1,500 was the
So
biggest night
second
ever.
place ever.
Second place.
God bless it. Thank you guys so much.
Number 3, that is Fabricator Gil. Congratulations, Fabricator Gil. You have won the Bo Jackson jersey.
Oh my gosh. Now Gil can't win again. That's,
Nope.
I mean, what did you say he donated? $270?
$370.
$370.
Yeah.
Gosh dang, Gil. Thank you, brother.
Yep.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Hey, and I'm
next
not
one.
mailing that to you. I'm bringing that shit to Vegas.
Yep. The winner of the Michael Mayer jersey is Big Shane.
Hey!
Congratulations, Big Shane. You have won the Michael Mayer jersey. So we will get that out
Let's
there.
do a couple
to you,
shirts.
Okay, let's do shirts.
Let's do shirts. Yeah, we got it. On a night like this, we got to hook people up.
All right. All right, that's a 3.
Okay.
Who was 3? Is that's Gil?
Gil.
Okay.
15.
Number 15, that is Mojo.
Hey, Mojo.
Mojo, send us your shirt size and your address, and you win a shirt.
One more. Let's do one more.
Let's do one more.
This is the end of the summer swag. This is it.
This is it.
Gotta blow it out.
This is it.
Thank you guys so much, man. Cannot thank everybody enough.
Oh, it's 3.
Wow. Fabricator Gil.
3.
Big Shane says I have a Bo Jackson from last year.
18.
Oh, yeah. Number 18, that is Funky Hair Man.
Hey, Funky Hair Man.
Send us your shirt size and your address to show@RaidersFanRadio.com, and we will send you a Raiders Fan Radio t-shirt. Much respect to those of you that donated. Big Shane, Dick Harder, Fabricator Gil, Hooligan Nation, Big Mike, Wyoming Raider, Alan Bell, Lee B, Raider Kyle, Raider C-Dub, East Coast Raider, Pineapple, Mark Barris, John Ogle, Mojo, Mike Green, Duke City Raider, Funky Hairman, Space Beast, Just Win Wendy, Yoshi, Gabe Alcantor, Dead Mike, My 2 Cents, and Trinidad. Much respect to each and every one of you.
Oh my gosh. Thank you so much. Yeah, as we mentioned, all the money that we raised tonight goes to the One Nation Foundation, which gives to Raiders-related charities, and cannot thank you enough for an incredibly successful, the most successful summer of swag we have ever had. Thank you all so very, very much. Thank you for your generosity. Thank you for your kindness and your love, not only for this football team, but for the Raiders fan community and the ability for us to affect others in a positive way. We cannot thank you guys enough for that. Despite all of our nonsense and silliness and all the things that we do around here, that's really the root of it, and we can't do it without you. I mean, you guys we're just representatives. We're just the vessels for it. So thank you to Tony Shefford, Wyoming Raider, Mark Barris, Raider 27, Paul Edgerton, Jordan Ford, Mojo, Funky Hairman, Lee B, Tyler Raider. So many of our good friends are in the chat room tonight. And if you can't support the foundation monetarily, we just ask for your like, ask for a thumbs up, a subscribe, tell a Raider friend about us. That's all we ask for. Raider Nation, you're the absolute best. We love you guys. And now we're going to really get into some football.
Yeah, listen, thank you for making the summer of swag the summer of swag. Like, it couldn't have been any better. Like, what an incredible ending to the summer of swag.
Icing on the cake, man. The
cherry
on top.
That's the cherry on top. Thank you so much. And also, football tomorrow.
Let's go!
What the hell? Let's go.
Yep.
So thank you so much for that.
Yep. Much respect to those of you in the building. Thank you to everyone. Congratulations to Fabricator Gil, Big Shane, Mojo, and let's see, Funky Hairman for the winners tonight. Can't thank you guys enough. That's amazing. Absolutely incredible. So on behalf of Murf, on behalf of Michelle, my name's Swag Jeff. You've been listening to Raiders Fan Radio, where we take a lighter side journey into the dark side. And don't forget, boys and girls, what happens in Vegas started in Oakland.
Amen.
We love you.
Get out of YouTube!
Goodbye.
I can't wait to have 99 truck stop floor.
Oh, yeah.
Will probably be better than the root beer
it will
one.
Absolutely. Oh, you did
hate the
have
root
that
beer.
one.
Oh,
Yeah.
man,
Oof,
that would hurt
yuck.
feelings. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even want to imagine what that
no,
was.
it was bad.
Because I like root beer, but nobody gets and a root beer shot. That
Yeah,
sounds like fucking. Oh,
Well,
are we
that's
done?
fine.
No,
Okay, sorry.
but that's okay.
Sorry, guys. My bad.
More for after dark.
Yeah.